Hey everybody, this Hangout on Air is live. I am Rosie Murphy, aka Rosie O'Kelly. Rosie Murphy channel was generally my channel for how to type of things. If you want to know how to fix a fence that's sagging because of ground that's too moist, if you want to know how to put a single faucet shower mixer in, you want to know how to undo old galvanized pipe.
Hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith Gregory. Nice to see you. Pipe Keith Gregory aboard.
Welcome to the chat.
One of the long-time fans here and just a wonderful person. Kevin Chambers,
Hi,
same
Kevin.
goes to you, my friend. I appreciated
Vicky.
I appreciated your comment today, and I know this is going to really piss a lot of people off tonight. But I didn't sleep well last night, and we'll get to that in a minute.
I didn't sleep at all either.
Yeah, you can see by the lot of stuff happened during the day today, and
we were up.
Hi, John Reeve. I had Missy Jen was doing some research, and number one, I want to apologize. Well, we'll wait a couple minutes till people come in.
Yeah, let's wait.
I want to give a shout out to Dr. Sonny, okay, my friend over there, YouTube Watch, one of my friends, and certainly somebody I enjoy her demeanor. She came on Cat Glam's panel. She's a nice person, okay, and a real quality individual. And she complimented me today on the music that we're kind of using for some of our uploads here. And it's called Arabian Nights, and she said that's a nice dance tune. So maybe later on. Hey, John Greaves watching on a bus in Cambodia. Cool. I think you were in Laos before or something like that, right? Laos or something. High life on the streets. Thank you for your compliment today, and thank you for your fairness. A lot of people. Well, Vicky, there's just a lot of things going on. That's all. So. Yeah, you do owe apology. You know, I have a conscience, and tomorrow we're going to do tomorrow there's a short video coming up on Rosie O'Kelly, just another outtake and an apology to, well, watch it tomorrow. It's something on there about stickers and all that, and I've had a lot of back and forth today. Obviously, a lot of people are still hot under the collar about the stickers channel and the Matic Fanatic stickers. I think people know what I'm about, and we'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Hi, Coop, nice to see you. Yeah,
love ya.
Yeah, we'll get this thing underway. So I'm just going to grab a cup of coffee and sit there, and better on it than under. That's right, Kevin. That's exactly right. So Missy Jen, entertain.
It's better to be on top of things than. Yeah. Then be buried on it with it. Okay, there was a few things that just went by so fast that.
Yeah, you can ask the people if somebody would take a cruise to Alaska in wintertime.
No, yeah. Would any of you take a cruise to Alaska in the wintertime? Just a quick question here. Hi, Aiden. Love you too. Hope you're doing well. Vicky says Vicky would do that. She would take a cruise to Alaska in wintertime. John says not really.
Yeah, there's been a lot of nice series. I don't want to rant. There's been a lot of nice people that have commented on here today. People I have.
Kevin says, hell no, I hate the cone.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah. So a lot of things just don't make sense. You know, when a houseboy tells you, oh boy, he took off for Alaska.
Yeah.
And I say, really? Is he flying in because he has well, okay, Vicky says my daughter lived in Alaska, but would you go on a cruise ship? Kim says, why would you apologize to Drory? He should be apologizing to you. I don't know. We'll get into that in a minute. I guess I'm crazy that way, right? Hi, thank you, Deb. I've tried to shout out a couple times. I'm not sure I'm not sure if you've been seeing the running things. I need to do some apologies first before we get to Drory. Um, I took a lot of heat today because the side chat yesterday, Missy Jen, the side chat was swinging fast over
Yeah,
here.
it goes so fast you can't even keep up.
And I have to tell you, you know, when you're sitting on, when you're hosting one of these things, and I don't just sit there like Elvis, camper van Elvis, and just kind of bloviate and ignore everybody. It's very hard. But when you have people, hi, how you doing? Yeah, there we go. There's Jordan Blue, tribute to Trailer Park Boys. There's a shitstorm coming. You could smell it in the air, huh? That's it. But I want to apologize. When you run one of these things, and I don't know if you guys ever run Hangouts. I've been running them for years. I keep them pretty low key. I think at the most I've had 120 people on. I think last night at the peak there were 280 people. Glenn Henry, nice to see you, my friend. There's a 100% stand-up guy. Hey, Glenn Henry, I wish you could transfer some of your do a backbone transplant to Mr. X, huh? Yeah, and I'll have something to say about Joshy Bingham too. You know, right? This is the unknown quantity in the situation. When things were the trolls, but I'm going to put trolls in quotation marks, Kevin. To you know, they don't come out maliciously just to. They're not garden variety. Yeah, there was a lot of drama, and I need to apologize to some of that. And I talked to Jen today, and there's going to be a lot of people really upset with me. Hi, R.C. Robertson. A lot of people are going to be really upset tonight with me, and I don't know what to do except just put the cards on the table. Annie, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. It could get a little rough on here. Yeah, I know, Glenn Henry. Everybody's different, isn't it? I mean, hi, Dr. Sonny. I gave you a shout out. One of my absolute favorite top people. I don't want to say, Sonny, if everybody was like you, YouTube would be boring as hell. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know, you're like when Sonny comes on, the waters are like that, and all of a sudden everything is like that beautiful radio voice she has. And Sonny, it would be really nice to dance this. I just love that Middle Eastern music. Jen, I've been subscribed to the KOT Academy. We listen to some of the Middle Eastern guitar. That guy over there that plays Pharaoh and some of Gypsy Kings. The music over there is amazing. And I know we have a predisposition in our culture, you know, with what's gone on over the last 20 years or so, to kind of not to naturally shy away from stuff. But I tell you, some of the Middle Eastern music is some of the most beautiful, melodic, and yes, it's exactly right, Sonny. I would give I would give a lot to go to Egypt and the Nile and see that kind of stuff. So, Sonny, give Dr. Ruth Sonny's outstanding. Sonny is quality to the nth degree. Did Riley see you naked? He said you sent him nudies. No, I didn't send him. I didn't send him nudies. He just got our Christmas card. Jen will show you our Christmas card. We'll dig that out when she gets up and takes a break. It's risque, but it's not anything offensive to anybody. I don't think so, at least. So let me start out by saying here that if you're going to come on the panel, yeah, I was talking about trying to run one of these things. It's really hard to see the side chat. And thank you, Aileen. You're very sweet. It's very hard to see the side chat and to also pay attention, because so much stuff is going on right now that you miss it on the inside chat. So you almost need. I sometimes try to use Missy Jen to cover one thing, but then people talk to Missy Jen, and then it gets a little demanding. And you know, Missy Jen's very critical to the Hangouts I've done for many years and things, and she's a critical part of the operation here. She does a lot of research, checking cruise ship schedules and other thing and finding out what's real and what's not. You know, cruising to Alaska, right? I mean, it's almost when Jen, you know, when the word came and Mr. X fled.
Mr. X fled on a
On
cruise
an
ship.
Alaskan cruise.
Yep.
On an Alaskan
At
cruise.
6 in the morning, he took off.
In January. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, why don't I just join an Alabama chain gang in July for vacation and see what that's like? Let's go tar 10 miles of road in a day, right? I mean, holy smokes, it's just ridiculous. I mean, you tell your houseboy, you tell people that, oh, he's away on a cruise.
The mistake he made is he used his
Hi,
credit
Sister
card.
Earth. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's ridiculous. So okay, so I was going to say, you know, if you, thank you very much, Ricky. Nice to see you. So, what do we have is fears of failure to communicate. That's right. 70,000 tons of leaves metal. Maybe he's gone crab fishing on the Bering Sea. I mean, this guy is flaky as can be. I mean, I'm starting to think this guy's the turncoat that, you know, yeah, yeah, smooth. Pull up a seat, my friend. Pull up a seat. I know you never miss a chance to get the fork out and put a marshmallow on it, you know, so to speak. I'm just saying that.
Welcome to the chat.
Can you imagine that, Missy Jen, Alaska? I don't even know if cruise ships go up to Alaska in the wintertime, but somebody's going to figure it out. Missy Jen, we didn't know which. You know, we don't have a chance. Why are we after Mr. X? Because he's shaky and flaky. That's why. I told you the story about the lunch meat, right? The Carl Budding lunch meat. Remember that at the store, right?
99 cents.
Somebody called that the hanging meat.
Toast, white bread toast. Sometimes
I mean, how many people walk around in a
79
supermarket
cents.
with a price checker built into Amazon? And just in the last 30 minutes, and I wasn't there. Hey, you know, Glenn Henry, you know what I mean, my friend? You got a life. You got a life, and for Winged Bull excellence in the line of duty. Thank you, Kevin. Yes, let's get the party started. Kevin Chambers, keep your money in your pocket, my friend. You're a beautiful person. Your friendship is something wonderful. Jordan Blue said, "Trust me on this cruise." Compete. I've never taken a cruise. I've just not been able to take that much time off to go to one. The work is, you know, like I said, this, you know, okay, I've taken, all right. I don't even know where to begin with this stuff tonight. You know, I got a cruise line running around my head. If you're going to come on the Hangout, don't have $2 internet. Don't have dial-up. Don't have AOL. This is not 2007, okay? I mean, I had people last night take a half hour, 45 minutes to come on a Hangout, right? You really want to call, you know, to get in here and to do that, and then you know, Camper Van Elvis is on trying to do a Hangout. That's cutting in and out. I mean, come on, this is just ridiculous. This kind of thing when you see that. Yeah, and well, Kim, I gotta apologize for that. Go to a nudist club, let it all hang out. Let it all hang out, and no routers. That's what I'm saying, Jordan Blue. I think it was just a setup, you know, and just finally. But this is one of the problems we have when people come on and they try to use their phones. They're not looking at the side chat. They don't have the side chat. So I'm sitting here as a moderator. I'm trying to watch the side chat and feed questions into the thing. And it's moving fast. And I'm trying to listen to what people on there and see the side chat. So I have to apologize from the bottom of my heart for that. That's really difficult for me to do. Missy Jen tries to do the best she can, but people begin talking to her and it gets difficult. So it's not because I'm doing the best I can to integrate people. And a lot of people told me today, they had a lot of feedback from last night on the Hangout. And, well, Kim, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to get to that in 1 minute on this thing. So just let a few more people come in, because people say I get underway too fast and all that. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just used to having a little corner store hangouts and stuff like that. Yeah, I just think if you're going to be on a live stream, make sure you have more than a $2 internet connection. I mean, if you're on an Obama internet line, well, I'll hoop on you. You know, I mean, that's the reality of that. Hi, Mike Loyal. Nice to see you. Joey D. Thank you, my friend. Nice to see you.
Mike.
One of our true blue gold star members.
Joe D.
Yeah, Glenn Henry. Only thing that's going to kill is the mosquitoes down there. So I just wanted to say that. I wanted to get that. And it goes for you too, Elvis Travels. I mean, camper van Elvis. I know you have the difficulty of not being able to comfortably go anywhere now because, you know, you're under observation or whatever down there. So you're trying to just glom on some internet somewhere like that. So it makes it exceedingly different. Thank you, Ricky Rooney Worldwide. Thank you very much. I'm nothing special. I'm nothing. I mean, my good friends Jordan Blue. These are special people. They've been around for years and been friends in here. So I want to. Last night when Drory came on, I guess I was a little hot under the collar because I delayed people for a long time waiting for him to come in. And, you know, by the time we got done, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning here. It was almost 6 a.m. in the morning. Kevin Chambers, I don't think life is ever going to be the same again, my friend. But, you know, we'll see you on Saturday. I mean, people want a chance to be heard. We still have to play out all of the money. Yeah, I waited 45 minutes here, and I called a lot of help for that and got a lot of messages for that. Next time, just shut down the Hangout. Just restart it when it comes online. Just be prepared, you know, and don't offer a $2 internet connection and things. It's just not. It's not good. I mean, it's like no excuses these days. I mean, we have Comcast here. We have a really nice top of the line Motorola surfboard unit, and it works just great. Well, I guess it's been a long time since I've been on a hangout with Drory, Kim, so I'm just not sure. Watched the whole thing today. I think she showed great patience, more than was deserved by some people. Well, some people said I was way too rough. I was not respectful. Some people reminded me that I was the first. He was the first one that let me onto his live stream in April of 2015, and you can go back and see those live streams when I first appeared in a black top and a gold thing, and scared out of my mind to go on there as the first trans in the RV community, and then, well, you know, what followed after with different people coming in was kind of a real mess. So I was a little, you know, I owe him a lot. I owe him a lot. You know, he let me on the Hangouts. People opened their hearts and they let me join. I lost a lot of friends though. Over time, we had Jimmy Rance, who I really enjoyed. Jimmy Rance and some other.
He was actually really. Yeah. His prepper videos were really, really valuable videos.
Yeah, well, it's just, you know, just a fun guy to hang with. He loved the Baltimore Colts. I grew up in Baltimore. We had a lot of common ground. Okay, Glenn. You got to love Glenn Henry. Glenn Henry was there on day one, you know, with him and 5 gobblers. Jeez. So I got a lot of, you know, of course, if you saw the comment sections from last night's videos, a lot of people want to have Drory's head on a stick. But I did hear some people that calmly and rationally laid out that you owe everything to Drory and you're nothing, and he's the Godfather. You know, he's like the Grand Wizard of wrestling, and you treated him like crap last night. You talked over him. You interrupted him, you bullied him, and, you know, he's a guy living on limited income in Florida. He takes time to come on your Hangout at 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're a real ingrate for what you did with Drory last night. And some other people said, you have to respect your elders. You can't. Drory would have never treated you that way if you came on panel, and it was true. It's true. You can go back and see the Florida trip when I went to see Drory and the gang in October of 2015. He treated me like royalty. Sat in his Class A motor coach. Had a hangout with him. Yeah. So I just want to go on the record as saying sorry for that. I'll try to. I guess I was a little sleep deprived and wanted to just say sorry about that last night. So I did put out the invitation. Okay. Hi, Drew. Okay, Drew. Some people say I wasn't disrespect. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. A lot of people wanted to take somebody's head off. They're like, here we go. Everything that Drory did for you and never asked for anything from you, and you kind of made a mockery of him last night. So yeah, things really hit the fan. I've tried to pull out some things, Lisa Gardner. We've had a lot more rats around here. We've got big problems, big questions with Adsense. There's conflicting things come on the Adsense. We'll talk about that in a little bit. What do you boy put up your nose? It makes you girls. I don't see any disrespect. You did nothing disrespect. Thank you. Well, I agree, Kim, but let's just say it was late at night. So I decided to try to start earlier tonight so people wouldn't have to be in the long hours at 3 a.m. in the morning talking about this whole mess. So I was requested to run a hangout tonight. And I'm extending the olive branch to Drory and saying, if you feel it in your heart to come on, because I know you took a lot of crap today over there because of it last night. Maybe you were messing around. I don't know. I guess I took some offense to coming in with what would you call it? Like you were a whirling dervish coming into the hangout last night with that thing on your head, and then putting that sombrero on and all that stuff. I guess I started to lose it a little bit. So what's the deal with Mr. X? Mr. X is, this guy is unbelievable. Mr. X, how many people go into the supermarket and carry a price scanner with them, Missy Jen, and then simultaneously check groceries in Publix Market and 3 other grocery stores, and does
price check,
some math to compute how much gas mileage. Hi, Francis. Nice to see you. How much gas mileage it could potentially take if there's clear traffic conditions and not a certain number, like a variable x minus whatever number of traffic lights there. Like we're doing a multivariable calculus problem or a differential equation here to figure out how we can save 17 cents on things. Okay. And then, I just think bad counseling and bad handling of Elvis. You guys got to remember, I didn't really get on the scene. We go to Vegas and stuff, and then, I usually have, as you know, I have vouchers for airline tickets that expire, and if it's like use it or lose it. And, I try to donate them so families can go, but families can't get away and use that kind of thing. But that's about the only time we really came together during a year, and then we kind of go our separate ways. And, Marshall harangues people for money, and we do our own thing here. So, I have not been on his hangouts. You all have not seen me on his side chats, and it was only when the Lacey Rocks thing came down. And by the way, Lacey Rocks is back,
That's
and
right.
this is there's another Lacey Rocks that's communicated to that is takes a little bit of offense about the way that Middle Eastern stuff was portrayed in the way of being mistresses and being on planes in Abu Dhabi and Qatar and all these kind of places. And Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Life on the streets. So, I don't know. It pissed me off. Elvis had the guts to pitch about having two flights instead of being appreciative. That's Marshall, right? I mean, you get vouchers for free, and okay, they're only 90. They're cheap flights. Okay, so they're inconveniencing you, right? You got to change a plane. You got to sit in Chicago for a little bit, but it's a free ride out there, and you have a $30 hotel room a night. I mean, it's like but still somebody takes the time and effort, to give Florida a break for a couple days and export it. I'm thinking so, Glenn. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Uh, People send you text messages, Glenn. They attach things. I don't want to open attachments. Well, that's right. Beggars can't be choosers about that. Yeah, they're flights. But this is what we deal with on this particular basis here. So I'll see if Drory shows up in the side chat here. I'll give him a link and see if he wants to. I'm not even sure if he'll come over here tonight. But I wanted to give you guys a say to jump in on this thing. I'm not sure about Marshall's travel. I thought she was a man. I don't know. People send you stuff, and they send you stuff, and they want you to click on this, and they want you to click on that. And I tell you, we don't want to click on anything around here. Okay, so like I said, the Mr. X situation with going off to when the houseboy says, "Oh, he's not." He's not here, and you say, "Do you know when I'll be back? Did he go to the grocery store? Oh, he went to Alaska." And you're like, "What?" Oh yeah, he's on a cruise to Alaska. And I'm thinking to myself, right?
4 in the morning.
Right. Yeah, this guy's flaky and shady, right? I mean, you already know when the crunch time came down, where was he? Huh?
Gone.
Where was he? Was he logging on the side chat and standing up? Was he logging on the side chat?
Gone with the ship.
And standing up? No. And it really irritated me, as you guys can tell. This is a guy I broke bread with in Chicago. Bought him a piece of strawberry cake out there at I don't know what the name of the Polish bakery. You can see it on the videos out there, right?
Yeah.
And I think also got dinner at the what the hell was that place I had the ribs and stuff. I mean, what the hell is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? Right? We went to I can't remember what the place was in Chicago. They had outstanding. First night I got into Chicago, and I'm feeling good. I'm in the Windy City. This is good. I think I'm going to get Marshall straightened out, right? Camper van Elvis, and I got all the plans for helping him with his rig, and of course he put silicone all over those windows and screwed that all up and made a mess of that. With that, so I and then all of a sudden we had that bitter cold front came through, and all of a sudden I'm working outside. It's like 19 degrees temperature up there, scraping goo off of his windows in the brutal winter,
cold,
and then getting in there and pulling that water pipe and replacing that water pipe with bitter cold, pulling that thing up because these two alpha males could not get that water, change that hose out. So we end up going to the Home Depot, and Mr. X is there with pulls. What's he do? He pulls out his scanner, right, and he's looking at the shelves. Yeah, Mr. S skipped out on his financial duty. This guy's a deadbeat, right? This guy's mucking around with Double D. I mean, listen, there's a lot to be told here, but this whole thing is just stinky. And like I say, with the Lacey Rocks thing, I got back in it because, honest to God, I thought somebody was going to murder Elvis. I really thought somebody's going to pull up with a Thompson submachine gun and just open fire on the side of that thing and video it, because as you guys know, if there's not video, it never happened. If it's not on video, it never happened. So That was a really weird thing. I'll try to get to those questions. Okay, Drew, I appreciate that. Drew said, well, if you'd sent me a free ticket to Las Vegas, I would have been nothing but grateful. Mr. X is I want to say he's a nice guy. Okay, he is he's in the Winged Bull Mafia, but he's the flakiest member of all, and everything's always really shady. And to be told that an Alaskan cruise on January 10th of 2017. Now, I know that Alaska was warmer than Miami for a day or two, but really? I mean, are you going to hit the cabana and the deckside pool when you're out there? I mean, come on. This stuff doesn't make the guy just flees, right? This whole double D thing. Yeah, it's a Wilbur Muscle. Put it exactly like it's like the Twilight Zone. And I want to tell you too, Joshy Bingham out there, I know you're watching out there, brother. And when the parapets had to be manned at the Alamo, you know, let me just show the breed. Let me just. Brother, you were nowhere to be found on the parapets there. So let's see. I doubt if there's Alaska cruises now. Lily, I'm just not sure. You know, Missy Jen and I tried to do some things, but there's so darn many cruise lines. There's so many. I mean, he could be in Iceland. I don't know, checking out the thermal springs there. He could be in Europe on a riverboat on the Rhine. This guy's flaky. this guy is as flaky as could be, Missy Jen.
He turned out to be.
So anyway, we're in the Home Depot. We're in the Home Depot, and it's Carl Budding pulls out, and I call him Carl Budding, okay? And okay, I'm apologize. I sent the video link to the restaurant. What does that mean, Ellie? I'm not sure what that means. I can only speculate. What does Mr. X owe Elvis, please? I'll get to that in a couple minutes, Lily. I have this habit. I start down these stories and then I get distracted with the side chat. So I apologize. You know, and then take the price scanner, and we're looking at hose clamps to clamp down a water hose on the inlet valve for the Lisa Marie. Oh, okay, Ellie, do you know what that was? That the Gale Street Tavern in Chicago? Thank you, Ellie. The Gale Street Tavern. Okay, yeah, that was the Gale Street Tavern out there. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Thank you, Ellie. Let me just get them. I'll post this on the side chat. So, you know, see if I can call this. You can see that. You know, he was a nice guy, right? And I was happy to pay it forward to him because. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think I don't have enough bandwidth. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have enough bandwidth. I don't think right now to get over there. But anyway, so is camper van Elvis in hiding? I think probably. You know, I mean, Judge, you're going to see tomorrow on tomorrow morning's video on the other channel. The Rosie O'Kelly channel that you know tries another apology there, and I'll tell you, DW Red is still fit to be tied. You know, I mean, there's no, you know, and I don't want a guy from Alabama that's upset. That's a superstar on TV like DW Red, a bona fide. You know, this guy ain't no bottom of YouTube, right? I mean, I'm bottom of YouTube. Right, you're not. You and DW Red, or Ellie's got the link there of our eats. And I tell you guys, if you haven't seen the playlist over there's tons of stuff with some of these shady characters on it. Yeah, I think so, Glenn Henry. I think the King's got to stay low for a little bit. I think these are dangerous. These are dangerous times. Yeah, I don't think DW Red can stand him. I know Glenn Henry's been trying to personally counsel him. I think besides being a general and Sergeant at Arms, Glenn Henry's also, I think the ear of, you know, Glenn Henry's got the ear of Marshall. So I think Glenn Henry's very influential in trying to encourage Marshall to be careful. Keep your head low. Hi, Brendan. Nice to see you. Yeah, I think you have to click the little bell if you want to get notifications when things come on. Hi, Maxine. Nice to see you. That way you'll know when to hang out. I tried to start it earlier. Last night it was way too late. I started at 9 o'clock and we went till 3 o'clock in the morning. Again, I apologize. So I doubt if Drory will come on tonight. I'm not sure. I guess he'll appear in the side chat over there once he gets on his bike and gets the hamsters moving on the wheel to generate a little electricity down there, or he can patch into his neighbor's electric there and do an illegal tap to their line or something. Jordan says, I just searched, no cruise line offers an Alaska cruise till April. Okay, well, I guess we'll hear that he's on a private boat with Lacy Rocks, right? That's the next thing we'll hear. He's on a private yacht to Alaska.
Well, he could be on a yacht with Lacy Rocks because Lacy Rocks, at least there is a real Lacy Rocks.
I don't know, Jen. She's been more on to trying to figure out that stuff. But we can't open links. We cannot open links. People are like, look at this. This is photos of ladies. This is photos of somebody. And it's like they want, this is like something a fan person had met Marshall in Chicago or something. And now they're like kind of revealing or saying, I'm Lacy Rocks and I met you and I saw what happened to you the last day. So consider I'm Lacy Rocks. And I don't know. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Bo Luke, nice to see you. Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Leach is a rocking sex.
It seems like whoever that is has money.
Yeah. So so Mr. X goes into the Home Depot, and he's got the price scanner, and he's standing there scanning the hose clamps, what we call Murray clamps in Balmer, where I grew up. And these things are 79 cents. And then if you upsize a little bit, and I try to size it, I'm usually grab and go. I'm very handy. I've rebuilt engines. I've planed heads and all kinds of, you just grab and go. Mr. X is taking out and trying to sit there with a calculator and compute the circumference of the water hose, and then trying to match that so he can save 17 cents on using 1 1/4 inch instead of 1.5 inches diameter. And I'm just sitting there like this, and meanwhile, I've got Elvis just sitting there looking at Christmas trees and just kind of wandering, the way the king is and stuff. So let's see. Glenn Henry said DW Reddy's a bullshitter saying he's scared of the king. Might her say, oh, okay, he's a punk. Okay, well, yeah, well, he seems like a real big guy in a truck, and I don't want him to point his truck towards Santa Rosa. Janet, hey, get this. She says again, I'm busting my ass working here in this lazy bum in his van, and I said hello. Okay. Hi, Swamp Pick. Nice to see you. Thank you, my friend. So we're at this, I'm just trying to give you I'm trying to sketch out this Mr. X guy to kind of, because this is where the characters get filled in a little bit, because all you guys have heard about is Mr. X, Mr. X, Mr. X. Okay, so I'm trying to fill in, this is somebody that I communicate with on a regular basis and stuff, and I didn't like the stuff that was going down with Double D. I thought they used her like a $2 cracker down in and put her in as a prop into that hot tub. Jen will tell you, I almost tore the computer screen off and threw it out the back window. I was just raging and screaming. I said, I've never seen anything like this in my life, that just don't know, they don't know any limits at all down there to take somebody and stick it in the hot tub. And this person has no connection to anybody. No connection to anybody. And these people take this person and they stick her in that hot tub there, and she's got no context of what's going on at all. None. Huh? Right, Jen? It's a person that wanders on the scene, meets Elvis, and then that's it. Glenn's
she just happens
Glenn
to
said
be
Marshall
in the wrong place at the wrong time, I guess.
Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, yeah, okay, Susie, you take care, honey. I don't know if Saturday hangouts will be the same. I'm not going to limit people on what I promise to undo all wrenches, and
Nothing will ever be the same.
yeah, I'm not going to have wrenches. I'm not going to have
The world
people
is a
being
different
blocked and
place
stuff.
now.
Because people need to know this stuff. This is, like I say, some people that are new to this said, "Oh, Rosie, you just came on the scene with Lacey Rocks. We never saw you before." You know, hey, go back and look at 2015, 2016, 2017. This guy and I got a history, and Glenn Henry and Five Gobblers. It goes way, way back. Okay. And it's not, and it's at times it's something not to be proud of, and that's the honest God's truth about it. But I'm just saying, when you got shady characters that'll stand there at a Home Depot store with a price scanner, and where's Stickers Channel when you need him to put that up? And where's the parody of that, Mr. X standing? Where are you, puppet guy, with a guy standing with a scanner at the Home Depot to save 17 cents? And, you know, I'm trying to get this guy's water pipe installed. The temperature's dropped and the wind's howling 40 miles an hour in Chicago. There's no heat outside. You know, and what does Mr. X say? Hurry up, I want to get something to eat. You know, and I got the whole Lisa Marie bed propped up. And what is this guy? He's all about, look, where are we going to go? He's like, he's pulling out coupons and saying I could have the value. He's like, I remember he told me, you know, I've got value coupons for Happy Meal at McDonald's. And I'm like, isn't that thing that they give like Mayor McCheese or the Gullah Gullah Island, Ronald and McDonald, how you doing, Ronald? And he's like, he's like, I save the toys in case they become collectors. This guy takes me inside. He's got 3 shelves. Fuck, you can't make this stuff up, you know. He's got 3 shelves of Mayor McCheese and stuff. On this, yeah, I had a 74 GMC RV and a 88 Coachman. I'll have another one. We're just using a van right now, but holy crap, guys! I mean, this is what
you're saying.
This is what you're coming across, and I'm thinking to myself, geez, I got a master's in business administration, a degree in philosophy, and I'm studying Kant and Descartes and the existentialism, right, and writing bullshit papers that don't mean anything, and going to business school and calculating the differential of a production curve to maximize price and stuff. And here's this guy handed me, after I've flown to Chicago, this guy pulls out of his pocket Happy Meal coupons. He says to me, I think that they're featuring the new Gullah Gullah Island toy. And I looked at him. You know, you gotta visualize this stuff. It's dark outside. It's November. My friends are screaming at me on the phone. Ellie and Nicole and all these people are texting me. You're out of your mind. You just signed your death warrant and being in Chicago to help this guy do his van. And then, you know, it gets dark in the afternoon. Of course,
what a greedy mother.
Mr. X is there telling you how, no, we're not sisters. We often get called for sisters, but Mr. X is in there and directing me, all comfortable, nice coat, winter coat on, gloves, telling me, oh, you got to pull the hose a little bit that way, this way. But I didn't tell you, you know, when we're checking out at the Home Depot, you know, he's like, he gets the receipt. The woman's charging it up, and he says, you know, I've got to verify this thing. You know, and I'm thinking to myself, my God, we got one hose, we got 2 hose clamps standing in line here, and it takes a couple minutes looking at the why do people with an IQ, Dr. Sonny says, Rosie, why do you like people with an IQ of 50? Sonny, I guess in psychology they might call that I don't know, the Stockholm syndrome or something. You're just there's a psychological need to punish yourself because of what you become or what you do in life, right? I mean, I'm sure you took psychology and all that, in medical school. But I tell you guys, can you imagine that, standing at the counter and doing that price comparison, and 3 shelves of Happy Meal toys? I never even had a Happy Meal. McDonald's was a rarity when I grew up, to do that. We'll get to the $27 story on there. So
$27 story is still there. I thought that was already done.
Okay, Andy, you did psychology. I probably have a need for self-feeding or something, something like that. I mean, people will tell you that, but also there's a lot of color in the world, right? You miss a lot of things. I mean, where else are you going to have 50-year-old man pull out Happy Meal coupons? And I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? I got to stand in line. Well, eat 1 coupon per person. I can't buy 3 of them, So here I am. I got to go up to the line. And, there's a teenage girl like 18 and, looks at Mr. X and is like, really? Where, your child can pick out which. Where's your child? Just bring your granddaughter over and she can pick out which toy she wants out of the selection. Out of the case. And he's like, this will be for me, and she's like, she looks like she's gonna call 911, right? She's like,
right. He probably couldn't make up his mind.
I mean, this guy's so flaky. She looks at him like she's looking at the manager, like, call, like tapping the foot, like, this is one this is one of these park model creepers over here, right? So, I mean, I'm lucky I got out of there alive. That's right. But I tell you what, but can you imagine? I have a wall full of vintage stereos here, right? The best of Fisher, the best of Harman Kardon, Sansui, Pioneer, Kenwood, Motorola behind me, beautiful 3-channel Motorola, all rebuilt, rescued audio, best console ever built by America, Drexel Heritage, walnut case, 21 tube stereo system there, right? I have people come in. And they're just, wow, look at this guy, right? Look at the wall of sound over here. Okay, sorry, Missy Jen.
You're taking me out of the picture.
Right, and here's Mr. X in Chicago. He's like, I got to show you the greatest thing that you're ever going to see in your life. And I'm standing out there. My nose is running, right? My hands are frozen from being in water. It's like 20 degrees outside. The wind is howling through that van. And of course, Mr. X does. He's got a little heater in it. It's like something out of a.
Did he play with his McDonald's toys?
No, I don't know. This guy just, go inside. He's got a little space heater, like something out of a Charles Dickens novel or something like that, right? And please, Mr. Scrooge, may I have another lump of coal for this thing? And he says, this is the greatest thing that you're ever going to see. I'm expecting to see like Morgan dollar, silver dollar collection, or stamp collection like the Hindenburg, or maybe the upside down 1918 airmail stamp or something like that. And he points over to a window and he says, what do you think of that? And I'm looking at the window and I'm like, what, the view outside? He's like, no, the thing. He's look at the things on the thing. I said, that's like this is like happy. Okay, all right. The end is coming. No time for this. All right, Kit and Kat. I was just thought that people would enjoy. I thought that people would enjoy hearing the story. So I'll go ahead and just send Drory the link just in case. Let me grab this thing. So. I don't mean to talk, but you guys, you want a little bit of character discussion here about some of this stuff, but okay. Yeah.
So you don't want to know any more about Mr. X?
All right. Well, there's a lot of other stuff about Mr. X, but Kim wants to move. Kit and Kat wants to move on here, so we'll move on. So. Let me go ahead and get Drory's channel here. Let me see if I can find that. I mean, we leave a lot of good stuff on the table there, right, with that.
Yeah,
So,
but that's all right.
okay. All right,
We'll just skip the really good sweet stuff.
All right, well, it's up to you guys. You know, I don't want to. I've made a lot of people mad, and I'm trying to make amends here the last couple of days. I've pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah.
I've ticked a lot of people off royally here.
Just,
so let me go to
leave the sweet stuff.
Let me go to Drory's channel.
For in case we need it for later, for another time.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that went down out there. Okay, so we'll just skip that. Okay. Let's see. All right, there goes the. I just sent it to Drory's thing there. Yeah, I was going to tell about the dinner and taking the doggy bag. You got to understand the scope. This is why I understand why this, you know, why this guy would be enabling and stuff. So that's the only thing I was trying to get to. The whole thing was just crazy, Jen. Let me get this thing to Drory. But then to be out on an Alaskan cruise, and who in the hell has a houseboy? I guess it's not my place to decide who has that stuff. So let me put this in here. Okay, looks like, let me just grab that link again. Get that again. And if anybody else wants a link, just let me know here. I'll try to send that out. What is going on here? There we go. Paste. Send that to Drory. Okay, there we go. So he'll have that. Let me just go back to the side chat. I'm gonna close a couple things. A lot of people sent me very nice messages today too, so I want to thank all of you. So I am back. No, I don't think he's a sexual. I don't think Scott, you got to talk if you're on here. Okay, this is not just a sit and look at. You know, I hate to say that, but we gotta move things on here. It's if you have something relevant to offer to this, a link to come on the panel if anybody wanted to ask any questions or something like that.
Yeah,
so,
it's gonna be about.
Oh, okay. Icarus Fly again said, what was on the window? He had a 3-level glass shelf in his window, and it was full of McDonald's Wonderland little plastic toys, and they were all dusty and crap. And he says, "This is my retirement," you know. And I'm thinking, I got a 401k, I got a few dollars in the bank, and this guy's like the Happy Meal. So okay. Thank you, Susie. So if anybody wants a link to come on there, so I don't know if anybody had any questions or anything like that. On there, so I'm not sure. I texted Drory earlier today and asked him if he wanted to come on. That was at his home. That was Mr. X's home. So I think he maintains an office probably at the somewhere in downtown Chicago on the 33rd floor of some hotel room on Tuesday nights or something. So I don't know. What is Mr. X owe Elvis? You know, Mr. X's, and I think you've heard that before, Mr. X's connection to Elvis was really in Chicago, down there. Hi, Diane. That was when his original, he's a real fan. And as Drory said last night, he kind of took over as a handler in, I guess I shouldn't call it, I'm going to catch hell, as a handler in Florida there, down in Key West, which I thought Key West was some of the best videos that Elvis did. Probably Glenn Henry, if you're out there too. That was some of the best stuff that he did down there. Well, Chris Diamond, we were all going to go on the Route 66 tour. Remember that, Jen? To Make America Great Again with Chris Diamond.
Yeah, we were gonna do the MAGA tour.
Deb, only if you have something to add to this, okay? I'm not just putting people on the panel to just sit there and not talk. So No offense, but the people in the side chat just don't want to see people. Have you all tried a new Oprah mashed potatoes? There we go. Yeah, I think the term is. Thank you, Eli. Yeah, so I think that they want people that are going to actually contribute on here. Yeah, not that I'm not saying you're not. Oh, you keep getting interrupted as to what Mr. X owes Elvis. I'm not sure if it's a question of owing or just enjoying the king, right? And being a part of that, and because Elvis, of course, was in Chicago, and summers in Chicago and winters down in Florida. What a life, right? I should have such a life down there. So. They kind of met up at when Marsha was staying at his sister's Janet's house there in Chicago. That's where they met up. I actually think Mr. X actually stalked, and I'm sorry, I got to lay it out there. I think Mr. X was a stalker, right? Because he was he was shady at night outside. Okay, you're gonna kill me, right? So this is came to Glenn, and the first thing I knew was the.
I always had a feeling that he's a shady character.
Well, I'm gonna tell him. Who cares? Yeah, I'm saying I just reported. Hey, I'm like Fox News. I report. You decide. You put,
whenever you would talk about him,
I just want to tell you because this guy disappeared now. Okay, this guy flew over the hill when the crap hit the fan, and now we've got these. Now we got these chargebacks that are coming. I'm going to talk about the chargebacks. I'm going to talk about the chargebacks in a couple. Stalked. I think stalked Elvis. Really stalked Elvis. And this guy's really shaky. I mean, I think he liked the persona, and I think that
creepy.
Janet was coming out of. It was dark, and she was parked her car, and was going to go into her apartment, and all of a sudden the guy looms out. And if you've seen Janet's sister, you might get the worst of an encounter. I mean, it's like she's a bodybuilder, right? She's a bona fide, award-winning bodybuilder, okay? And he comes up to the he comes up and it's Mr. X is a big guy. I mean, Mr. X is a big guy.
Yeah, he's like a Hulk.
Yeah, you've seen him.
He's like incredible.
He is a big guy. And all of a sudden Janice like lurches back, and here's this guy. Does Elvis live here? Now you or I. Yeah, it's got you or I would take a can of mace as fast as we could. When this guy shows up, I'd be reaching out. I'd get reaching for my brass knuckles or my 38, right? And I say, you creeper, you take one more move forward, and I'm going to blow you to smithereens. So. Luckily for Mr. X, he didn't get the bad end of that deal, and Janet kind of, even though Illinois is not a stand your ground state, she stood her ground. Yeah, and it was really, I'm just telling you guys, they say you can't make this shit up. This is reality. This is the. You wonder why I don't hang around. These people. I like Glenn Henry. I like Five Gobblers. I like AX. I tell you guys, these are decent. These are decent, good people. They just happen to enjoy the shtick of Elvis. And as we know, we carry too far. DW Red, I'm going to make this thing good if it's the last thing I do. I'm going to make this thing good for you. We tried last night. You said no deal. I'm still going to split this guy's skull open down here. So this is the thing that I'm trying to address right now. So I'm like, Jen, I can't stop cracking up. It's funny, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, this is why I've not hung around these people.
They're sick.
Yeah.
They're
well,
sick.
I don't know if they're sick, but they're just they're like circus. You think I'm bad because I'm transgendered. I mean, I come home and I take a shower, right? I go back to the hotel in Chicago and I'm like, geez, I'm freezing.
They need to re-examine their
get a call
life.
from Mr. X. Where are we going to dinner tonight? And I said, are we going to? Oh, geez. I'm like, geez, if we're not going to have Happy Meals tonight, are we? Or something like that. And he's like, I thought I might throw a couple hot dogs in a pot. I flew 2,000 miles to Chicago, and this guy's going to put a couple hot dogs
Probably
in a pot.
put it on the 99-cent white bread, toast white bread with some cheap.
And I'm like, holy crap, right? And he looked at me like, oh, you don't think that's enough? And I'm like, dude, I just bought you Gale Tavern, Gale Street Tavern style baby back ribs, full rack, and I mean, this guy tore through these things like Grant grows misfit. Do you think you can do it without association with scrubs like George? Well, that's a good question. What I do is it's just colorful. It's just something I fell into, and I'm just talking about stuff that happened years ago. It's how do I pull out now? I mean, it's like this guy's. I already told people this. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Tribe, I'm not trying to tick anybody off or anything. I'm just relaying what I had. Yeah, Gale Street Tavern. Oh man, if you guys are in the Chicago area, if you're in the Chicago area, that is an awesome place to be. So, Mr. X, I just said, bro, I just spent, X dollars, and of course, all these big spenders, these successful business guys, they don't ever reach into their pocket and say, hey, you just flew in from Chicago and stuff. How about I treat you? Everybody sits there and puts their head down. When the check hits the table, it's like, I gotta go to the bathroom, I think Mr. X like, I've had Imodium D. The usual kind of stuff, right? I'm oh boy. Okay, so somebody I really think Camper Van Elvis is pretty upset. Well, he's in a lot of danger right now. He's in a lot of danger right there. I mean, it's just you got guys like D.W. Red out there that
there's a lot happening.
I mean, I'm just saying that. So I'm just I'm just kind of just putting down the stuff that happened. Yeah, is it good for the channel? Hell yeah, I'm in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
Yeah, I know that. I'm in the right place at the right time, and I don't mind telling you I've been a part of this, and it's not something that I'm always. There've been some really dark moments when a lot of my friends have looked at me, Deb the RN, Ellie, and some other people, and said, you really need a mental health check. But then there's guys like Glenn Henry that give the backbone and the spine and say, Rosie, when you're on the parapets of the Alamo and the rats like Mr. X are running for the hills over the sunset, wearing his backdoor onesies there to hey Sue Pat, thank you for your nice message today. He said, do you think it's real danger or just bogus threats? I'm going to put it out this way to you, Sue Pat. You take a guy from Alabama that has a lot of pride, okay, a lot of pride. And Glenn Henry, I'm not talking about Marshall tonight. I'm just showing some of the shady nature of this. St. Jude's, yeah, I do give to St. Jude's, and I don't have any predisposition to give money. I only hope to put to help with banking, but otherwise the chargebacks, if the chargebacks come, the chargebacks come. Okay, that's the bottom line. No, you like to give money, you like to give Brian. I haven't given money to Brian Tribe. I'm sorry. Nope. Last time I gave Brian money was Thanksgiving of 2016 when I bought him a dinner, and I haven't given Marshall any money last year at all. Didn't give a dime. The only big thing I ever donated to Marshall was the initial solar panel deal that came up. I don't feel like I owe that. I don't feel like, you know, yeah, I know, but I gave money to people like RV Dads, and yeah, I told people, but I didn't, Elvis, this is this is the thing you guys will find most strange. He's the guy that I donated the least to. Now, I know I've been in places where he's been, but as far as making outright donations and stuff like that, no. I have some biker friends looking for Elvis. They don't say why. All that's said to me is I need to know, basically. Yeah, but we get into threats on the internet and stuff like that. And I mean, uh, Bobby paid for food, Jen paid for food,
That's
and
right. We all paid it
somebody else
forward.
paid the $39 a night hotel room. So let's see. Whiskey OG had a very violent rant of camper van Elvis. I don't know about Whiskey OG. People are flaky. The people that you would expect to be the most stand-up people, I mean, at least one thing, Tribe, you can say, one thing you can say about me, Tribe, is that at least I don't cut and run when things are going on, and Whiskey OG, I mean, he was honest. He came on the scene and said, I'm a skater, I'm a board dude. I came on to ride it, and I'm thinking, okay, you're a nice guy. Losers, I think part of the shit, and it brings a bit of time. Yeah, Tribe, I don't have much of a reputation, honestly. I'm kind of at the point now where I understand I'm not going anywhere on YouTube. I'm just living out. Well, you bring quality people on the Hangouts and Tribe, and then you don't show up. You'll say that the people are boring and there's nothing over there, and people are more fascinated with the realities of life on the streets and stuff like that. I'm just telling you, if there's any kind of fear that I'm going to put the toothpaste back in the tube with chargebacks and things like that, that's not my place to do. I didn't set that up. But to the best of my knowledge, the money is just city. Let's see. Kim says, I'll say with a video every morning for years, you've already made it on YouTube. Don't you think? No, I'm nothing. On you, as Elvis tells me, it's a dead channel over here. It's a fun channel. I mean, there's moonshining, guns, metal detecting. It's the greatest variety channel. Exactly. Do what you want with what to be God. I am. I tell you, I absolutely am. I think my roster of giving last night, Tribe, kind of showed that with the stuff I gave for people whose dog was in trouble, for RV Prepper Wayne, for RV Debs. RV Debs was in such a bad spot when the day she went out to move, she had too much stuff and they were kicking her out of the park. She was crying on that video down there. And yeah, hi Anthony. And Jen and I talked to each other that day and said we're going to get a mover for her with the truck over there, and a couple of guys did that. Now I don't feel bad about that, Tribe. I don't feel bad about helping her out of that spot. Once in a while, one gets away from you, like Elvis, but that left wing, get Elvis out of your life, will save you from getting an ulcer. He's going to fall hard, left wing wacko, but it's not finances that are going to help him get off of his feet. I know that. I've talked to people. I've talked to Jack Sparrow a couple times today. Well, Tribe, if it happens, it happens. I'm not going to cut and run from that. I've already been on record as the things that I've tried to do for people. So if people want to attack me because of one person, if they want to say on one hand that an Elvis outweighs all the other stuff that I've done, then I would say that they have the evaluative problem on YouTube. And if they have to feel that they're that big a bully, that they have to take a small guy and a little Assyrian in a tin can, bloviating and making money, there are people out there who will take down all your channels, Rosie, once you pass a certain line in the sand. Well, why don't you write me and tell me what that line is, Tribe, and then I won't cross it. Let's see. Elvis prefers to be on his knees, not his feet. And I guess I'm at the point now. If it goes down, it goes down. I put a lot of years into basically getting nowhere at this point. So there's bigger things in life than YouTube. Don't go soft on the Assyrian and tin cans, dirt bag, and scammer, and a wire fraud. I don't know about wire fraud. You give him way too much credit. If you met this guy in person, Tribe, you would get in your car and go home and you'd laugh your way home. Okay? You can't soft soap. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I'm not giving him money. I'm not giving him money. But this was a bad deed that was done to him, and that's the way it is. And I'll say that. But it doesn't mean that I do care for my friends. But some people out there can focus laser attention on one person and just totally disregard the other things that you do out there and try to make a difference. Is that fair? So yeah, I'll be under attack and stuff like that. So. Yeah, he will sink. He probably will sink with all of these chargebacks. Lie, scam, uses parents for money like women. Well, I don't like that stuff at all. Yeah, I'm not sure about the women. Like I say, he's got a long way to go. Tribe. I agree with that. I understand your position here. Well, I just want to tell you, I tried. I'm not going to throw money into this chargeback thing, whatever happens. I mean, it's got a lot of other positions on here. I mean, there's a lot of other people that are supporting. Yeah, some people think that was a cruel thing to bust up his stuff. So, there's two sides to the coin, but I understand my position's very, very tenuous here. But I also perfectly understand who the players are that were involved in this thing. And I also have some very fine people on the inside that have been more than happy to lay out some great information to me about who's who in the zoo and some very, very big players. I know 100% who Anon is. I know who the players are. So thank you, Glenn. So if they cross the line, they could have bigger issues than just what happens on YouTube. Wants to protect how they never watch this channel. Let's play it though. Yeah, well, Skiwi, it is what it is. Yeah. Well, they cared a lot yesterday. Anon made a big deal out of it on here, the deep dark web and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I didn't give it much credence. I enjoyed it. I kind of laughed about it and stuff, but I don't think threats are the right thing. YouTube is not the kind of place that threats go down. Lucky to have a friend. Hey, Jen. Well, I don't know. I'm unlucky in that regard. So, in some ways, but yeah. Just heard the Anon audio. How is 20-something a grandfather? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him think. Well, it does appear to make Tribe happy and everybody else, it's the end. It is the end kind of game here right now. And there were people that asked me about this thing, and yeah, I'll do hangouts if I feel like it, because again, it's a free world.
That's right.
This coming to the whole show again. So I'm asking you, how long are you going to milk this dumb Assyrian? Well, tell me what you would like to do. Tell me if you can get Stephen Hawking to come on here and slowly type some things into the system here, or I can get a few Nobel Prize people on here to chat, and I'll be happy to do that. This has been my life. Yeah, I hate Stephen Hawking too. I'm just saying, Tribe, this has been my life. I've been a low roller my whole life. There's no doubt about it. So. No, I never exploited retards like Amanda and Elvis. I tried to help these people out. Hi, Jasmine. I legitimately helped when there was no attention on them at all. That's going from one spectrum, Elvis to Stephen. I mean, it really is. And I'm just saying, but I'm not as high a roller, Tribe, as you think. And, you've made a lot of great points and stuff like that. I just want to be there to try to put what would you say, Jen, the framework for recovery, if not money, you know, so when the bottom does fall out of the when the bottom does fall out of the whole deal, at least at that point, when it comes time to look for a job and get a job to maybe help with the paperwork and to write the letters to explain what a disaster it was and how this stuff came down. That's my only interest. I told Nomadic Fanatic Patreon and stickers and all these people that I don't want to be financially engaged in this thing. So, what if I put some Oprah potatoes? Yeah, Oprah in 2020. So, yeah, Mike, shut your mouth. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. So that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you, tribe. Like, if only thing I can say is if it came down to a meal and survival, that would be one thing. But to just willy nilly throw money into it in that. So hi Annie, we love having you as friends too. So yeah. I just want to say, yeah, Elvis, his resume. Yeah, how's he going to put a resume? I don't know if he knows how to fill in an online job application to be a door greeter at Walmart. Oh, thank you, Kim. Well, that was awful sweet of you. Well, appreciate it, Kim. So I really, really do appreciate it. So I'm not here to bolster. You know, unending help. Do you want him to come to Vegas and you can help him down on Fremont Street or something? Thank you very much, Kim. That was very nice. That was awful sweet of you, and I respect you a lot. I haven't you know, said any. I've tried to really just maintain my dignity on this thing, but tribe, I'm not gonna pay off any NSF charges. I'm not going to float money into a bank account. I'll pledge to you the very most I'll do is dinner money or something like that, but I'm not going into any of that. Thank you very much, Kim. That's awful nice of you to. I'm very happy that a few things could come out here the last couple of days, and people like Kim. Yeah, I think that's probably touched me more than anything else on here, that gesture on the part of her, because we've been at each other for years on YouTube, and that floors me on here. That just absolutely floors me right now. Thank you very much, Kim. I think that's what Super Chat is for. You know, not for, you don't give a $500 or $1,000 or something like that, and you don't know any apology to me, Kim. I'm the worst representation of what it is to be trans. Thank you, Bo Luke. You know, that's why I don't have many trans people on the channel, because I am the worst representation of that. Yeah, so okay, so that's the reality. I'm going to use the Rosie said, I'm going down with the ship. Okay, then. Yeah, well, I'm just telling these people that he doesn't need money to, well, I don't know. You know, we come to the, is he going to be stopped from, you know, from begging, asking for money? The answer is no, I don't know. But when this big thing comes in, nope, nope. Nope. But we have tried to make a positive impact other places in the community that we noted. And a lot of them were an outright disaster. You know, Tim, the pet guy.
All we've done is trying to make positive impact.
Thank you, Icarus.
Wherever we go.
But you know, I consider Tribe a friend of mine, and I know what Tribe's story is. I know what Tribe is about. I know what Tribe does here. and it's not an ignoble cause that he does. So yeah, he rode his bike 1,800 miles. Yeah, and then his crapped out up in Montana or something, from from Arizona to Montana, and then crapped out there. So that's the reality of what came down with that with that thing. So yeah. All right, I'll be back in a second. I just want to get one more cup of. This isn't going to be an all night. This is going to be a pretty short thing tonight.
Well, Reb, I have a tractor I was going to make a video about, and I might make a video very soon. And it's a special limited edition. Not sure yet. I'm still contemplating whether I should make the video or not. So a tractor. Let's see. I haven't done anything with the drone. It's been raining every day.
I got to tell you guys one. I didn't mean to cut you off, Missy Jen. I got to tell you one funny thing that came in with this thing was the people at the RTR, and there's been a lot of sickness out at the RTR. I'll let you answer, Glenn Henry there.
I have been thinking about it, but I'm just too greedy at the moment to get any more tattoos.
I'm letting her finish her story.
Maybe in the future sometime I will, but at the moment, no.
Finish your story. Okay, she can talk, Skiwi. Go ahead.
And since there are so many people that are asking for me to make the tractor video, I will go ahead and make the tractor video, and we'll upload it here sometime in the very, very near future. So I will go ahead and make the video then. So there was just 2-3 people already that asked to go ahead and make the video, and I had already prior last week a couple of people ask about the video, and let's see. I personally, I think tractors actually have something sexy about them, something about the way they look.
All right. Hi, Matronista. How are you? Yeah. Did you answer that? I have
so
to.
Anyway, yeah, you go ahead and go ahead. I need to go and use the restroom.
Okay. I want to tell you the really weird thing that happened was, that stickers. Yeah, I know they don't want me at the RTR, Daryl Smith. I'm just saying. But the funny thing about the RTR, they've had a lot of sickness over the RTR and everything, and then evidently yesterday just click this off here. I gotta move this chair so Jen can get by here. Here. Okay, you got that? Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, yeah, Skiwi's like, I'd like to see Rosie at the RTR. Yeah, there's a real bad flu going on over at the RTR. But evidently a lot of people over there, I don't know how you get it or how the internet and stuff, but a lot of people saw what happened over the last couple days over at the RTR, and it was, I never knew there was such bad blood between a lot of people in the RTR and Stickers, Nomadic Fanatic Stickers channel, because I've followed Stickers for years with some of the stuff out there about Nomadic Fanatic and yeah, like Tribe said. That's kind of what I heard from some people. This is a deadly flu year, but some you know, I had some people, oh, it was great that thank you, the whole thing took down one of the biggest pains in our one of the biggest thorns in our side for years, the parodies and the comedies. And I wrote this one guy back. I said, dude, you know, one goes down, five more take its place. Stand by. So you know, I just said, don't, I wouldn't rally and stand up and cheer on top of your RV down there because that stuff came down. I believe people have the freedom to do what they want, but you know, if you think Stickers is just going to melt away into the woodwork and not be in the picture, I think that you're wrong. I mean, there's going to be Stickers will be here forever doing stuff. I'm not even sure what they do at the RTR. I say I have chatted with Bob Wills before at the you know, on comments and things like that, back and forth. I thought that there was a chance I might be going down there this year. I pray the North Korean nuclear warhead hits here and then jumps down to the RTR. Thanks, Skiwi. Check out Cheap Arliv. I have I'm subscribed to Bob Wells' channel. Good night, Kevin Chambers and Matronista. What's the flu? Yeah, Stickers is going to come back with a vengeance. I mean, if you think that if you think that Stickers is going to melt away into the woodwork, this is what I say. These, I don't know what happens with these parodies and these people. They get so bent out of shape about stuff, and I think you better have a thick skin on YouTube. And you know, even the biggest star within the YouTube RV community is still small change in life. We're talking about AdSense dollars and stuff like that. So it's just my opinion on that. So Jordan said Bob and Carolyn make beanies and weenies. That's about it. Yeah, I don't know what the yeah, Glenn Henry, am I right on that? I mean, I think you got to have a thick skin. I mean, if somebody makes a parody of you or something like that, RTR, big RV get together. Okay, that's what it is. I wonder if President Haven't Never thought the RVR was like a dead concert for RVers. I just don't know. You know, not everybody can just take off in a rig and just go down in January. That's really a waste of creativity. And Stickers has talent. Parodies had many pros. Exactly, Marcus. Anybody that thinks, you know, anybody that thinks there's no place for parody in the world, why don't we take away satire from magazines and stuff like that, and Punch and some of the parody Mother Earth News and some of the, I don't understand people what they would take something down. Let people use the content that they want. I never flagged. There's lots of videos of me out there in parodies, and you know, every time we went down to Florida to see Amanda and Drory, hey, you want to put the videos up? You want to take? How about Elvis out at the you know, Missy Jen holding the camera and all the footage of Elvis shooting out in the desert and all that stuff? What's wrong with letting people use that? Use that footage. There's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. Yeah, don't like parody because he knows it should give him free advertising before. I don't flag. My stuff is still up. If I was flagging people, if I was flagging people, then the Las Vegas videos of Elvis out in the desert would have come down. I mean, hundreds of thousands of people have laughed and seen those stuff, and Stickers was rolling one. I was laughing my ass off. He had it set to bark, 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 bark. You know, when Elvis is out there, bark, 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 bark. I mean, it was the greatest. It was awesome. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm about to upload the. Oh yeah, ski wee. Yeah, you wish. Elvis shoots like a sissy. That was a funny. Yeah. So if I was going to pull something down, if I really cared about protecting Elvis and all that, it's the reality that happened, right? That happened. It happened out there in the desert, and we didn't box the video and oh, this is TMZ. This is the greatest thing on the internet since sliced bread. We just let people use and parody and stuff like that. Yeah, Snow Deb said I have a picture of Elvis wearing a Burger King crown. Maybe you should give one to Mr. X there. But he's such a McDonald's aficionado. So be right back, okay? All right. Well, got a call from Drory. He's a little too hacked off to come on tonight, so I don't think he'll be coming on. So he thinks the side chat was too mean to him and treated him like garbage last night. So that's it. Save the bandwidth. Sit in my truck, freezing my ass off. There we go. Mike Loyal, the best of the best over there. Yep, Glenn Henry. So I was just saying that I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like using people's material and stuff, and it's pretty cheesy stuff when people flag stuff. And Skiwi, I don't flag people in here. My leaving the Vegas videos up in the parody is proof of that. So yeah, well, I guess. Drory said I wouldn't be caught dead being back on there again. Well, you have to wait to the beginning of the thing because some people told me I treated him too roughly last night on the Hangouts. Yeah, I think so, Jasmine Francis. But things happen and people do things that people don't like, and you get parodied for it. So I think that you're exactly right. Yeah, I think he talked about Marlon Knox and all that. So, okay, Susie. Yeah, I just yeah. Yeah, he just he's pretty darn mad on the phone there. I didn't flag Mallory Williams. Jen did. That was her thing. That was Missy Jen flagged that because Mallory Williams called Missy Jen a cyclops in a wheelchair. So would you be a little upset if somebody said that about you and then used her used her video without permission. So side chat was meeting. Yeah, Corey, the side chat was rocking. So yeah, he's pretty upset on the phone tonight and doesn't appreciate the you know, I have to give way for a man, and it's a man's world, and if I talk, you shut up, and that kind of thing. So okay, I remember, Corey, I was there when that whole thing came down. Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, Corey, he was really upset about. I sent him the link, and I just followed up to see if he was going to come on tonight, and I just got an earful of haranguing about MGTOW and men going their own way, and I don't need to be on that thing again. I guess he's having he's pretty hacked off about last night. I guess Skiwi, I don't think we should wish death on anybody in here, but okay, yeah. In this ongoing shit. It's impossible to keep everyone happy. Okay, I don't know. All right, Jordan. Yeah, I think the enabling is exactly ruined Marshall, and I guess judged by the comments today in the side chat, he didn't like the fact that hi Sean, he didn't like the fact that the side chat just ripped him up, and the comments, and Corey left a few comments on and you know, I'm sorry, Corey, I don't know what to say. It's just I'm not sure about this idea of MGTOW, men going their own way, and it's a man's world, and a woman's place is to honor her man and keep her mouth shut and all that, enabling to the point of handicapping a person more than they are already handicapped. So yeah, Tribe, I think that's the real wellspring. If you really want to talk about stuff and be honest about it, that's Tribe. What do you think if somebody says, you know, here's $6,000, you know, go live life and enjoy it? And I mean, come on, man, I mean, it's all relative weighting of things and all that. So it's a man's world. Wouldn't be. Yeah, that's exactly. Glenn Henry, you got the idea. And on that, this is a tough crowd. Tell Drory to get a thick skin. Well, Drory's kind of a sensitive guy, right? And I mean, he saw the comments on the. He just told me today. I saw the comments on the video, and it's scum. You know, it's who are these people to pass judgment on me? So that's what I agree with you, Tribe. 110%. I agree 110%. You know, I hate. There's been a lot of pussies out there. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there. A lot of people backpedal. Joshy Bingham, you know, when the roll call was taken on the Alamo, brother, and the people that stood up four square and had the stones to say, yeah, this is the realities of the situation. Some other people fled for the hills, right into the sunset. Hi, Mr. X. Can you imagine this guy, Mr. X, is taking a cruise to Alaska, right? There's not even a cruise ship that runs to Alaska. You call this guy's place and his houseboy's like, oh, you know, he's not home right now. He's taking cruise to Alaska. And I'm thinking to myself, hey, it's January 10th. That's a lovely place to be, Alaska, when the whip's down there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just want to encourage you, Tribe, to really look kind of elsewhere, because Marshall did struggle through 2017, and there wasn't any money coming from me. This big stuff came in with this Lazy Rock. So I'm not jealous of Mr. X. I just think that there's, you know, there's people in here that really chuck money around. Okay, and that's the reality of it. And then when the day came that the accountability was going to be handed out, who stood strong? Glenn Henry, me, Five Gobblers, AX. all these, not as a matter of that Elvis, everything he does is right, but as a matter of having a backbone and facing the consequences and honestly talking about stuff. No matter what you spin, Zia, I have no compassion. I understand that, Tribe, but I'm just saying, understand that, my stuff stopped really in 2015 with money. I didn't donate one thin dime in 2017, and I don't believe I donated a dime in 2016. My year of getting my comeuppance was 2015, 2016. That's when I went publicly on record, and I told Tribe a ton of times, if I had listened to Tribe on day one, I never would have been in a situation with that shit. And that's true. Oh, that's it. All that, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to go through. So, yeah, so he just went off on me on the phone over there, to be honest with you, about, these people were scumbags. And, okay, Susie, so Fugget, you're a scumbag, you're the leader. That's five gobblers. Yeah, five gobblers. That's what I'm saying. When the wind was whistling through the Alamo there, my friend, at least you stood up and had the courage to take your lumps onto that thing. So go back a couple days, dude. It's all on there. I didn't even hear the phone ring. Sounds like another creative story. The phone didn't ring. I called him up, Skiwee, because I sent him a link. Dude, get your stuff straight. I sent him a link at the beginning of the hangout, and then stepped away to call him to see if he was going to come on. Yeah. Going to be baking Friday night. We're going to be making Coats 9500 cinnamon, truck stop cinnamon buns. So that's going to be good. Teeny weeny bikini baking on that. Oh, man. Come on, Skiwee. Wow, boy, it's a new year. I thought that you would be a little nice. Yeah, you're scum, Rob. The people that left. Drory reads the comments on the side chat over there. He sees what's going on. This Mr. X, this guy, Flake, running off over the hill and all that kind of stuff. Did he come out and stand tall? Did he show up on the side chat, Mr. X, and check on, tell me, Glenn Henry and five gobblers, did Mr. X really stand up and be the man when that stuff? Good night, Francis. Love you. So, yeah, the cinnamon, Francis. I love that. That's it. So, Drory, I'll just say this. I toof on you, man. I mean, you came out and put this thing on your head last night, and I was going to apologize to you, but you can forget about that now. I retract that apology. So I retract that apology. Yeah. Blink twice if you're being held against your rule. So ran for the hills, five gobblers. You've been here since day one, five gobblers. You've seen the whole crappy thinky thing down. And the more I sit here, the more I get pissed off about the comments on the, the word I got is I should go through carefully all day. I should have all comments moderated now. All comments moderated, and remove every derogatory thing about Drory in the comment section, and anything that's said about Mr. X should be removed too. Like, really? And to remove the thumbs up and the thumbs down, so that people don't get the idea that Drory's that I'm the target, that Drory's the target of. Lucky I got low blood pressure, left wing wacko. I mean, this guy's some kind of thing. Wow, Matronisa, that's heavy. Matron, my stepfather had the same personality as Drory. He killed two people. Honey, that's a little bit heavy duty for this this hangout. I'll tell you what, Skiwee's going to flag that, report that, and that's the end of this, the rating on this thing. So that's that. That's a done deal right now. Skiwee, not tongue-in-cheek, he means it. Debbie Ariola, nice to see you, honey. And guess what? Debbie Ariola, every day we proudly use your tables, honey, right here. Glam is the one that needs help. Anybody wants a link, let me know. Corey, if you want a link, or anybody on there, a link to, yeah, the closed-mindedness and stuff like that. So if anybody wants a link, let me know. Jasmine Quinones, but thank you, Kim. I'm not going to moderate comments. I'm not going to block people on the side chat. These people aren't nutcases. These people aren't, everybody's a nutbag. DW Red can get a link. All he has to do is show up in the side chat here. But because I was going to apologize to him, Spirit of Salt, because evidently I was too rough on him last night at the beginning and didn't respect him enough. Because as Skiwi says, Rosie, Drory let you on the hangout in April of 2015, and if you had stayed out of the community, everybody would have been better for it, and you should be grateful to him. So. Well, I'm here. If DW Red, I thought he was doing his own hangout scheduled for 5. If DW Red wants to come on, all he has to do is show up on the side chat. I look at his channel because I follow his channel, and I'll be happy to send him a link. Okay, so that's the best I can do. Right. Okay. Yeah. Skiwi, I should have jumped off the bridge, and yeah, you guys can see Skiwi is my constant companion in Studio B, which is a tribe called Cookies 8, my home away from home on the internet here. Kim says, can I ask a question unrelated to time? Just watch the video of you and Missy Jan. Let me see, Kim. Let me scroll up a minute. I'm not going to ignore you. You just donated $20 to the super chat. Let me just watch the video of flying to Missouri in your first. How did you meet Missy Jan? Was it online? I met Missy Jen through YouTube. Shay, Missy Jen, Nicole G, and I were all friends, and we used to chat online on Google before you could even put the Hangouts up on YouTube. So I started communicating with Jen, and I'd seen her for a couple of years on YouTube. She was on YouTube before I was, and then once I joined in 2013 and 2014, what would you say, the summer of 2013, I first met Jen, and then in April I went out in October. The leaves were changing. We went to Truman Reservoir and went out there, and then I went back again at Christmas time. So best idea all night. You guys, you got to say one thing about Glenn Henry. Glenn Henry stands strong. He's not moved. I mean, the one thing that Elvis says is that some people have there are some real men out there that, and I'm not saying in terms of Elvis, I'm just saying in terms of standing their ground and not being bullied and pushed around. Jen, no donation. Let's see. I don't know if anybody said they want a link. I'm waiting for DW Red. Corey, if you want a link, because evidently you're scum. So, or Debbie Ariola, if anybody wants. Glenn Henry's Molly. Okay.
The games that people play, the things that Missy Jen knows.
Like I said, God Bluth, if he wants to show up, yeah. Okay, you have audio issues. Okay, that's fine.
Don't play no games with the Missy Jen. Don't play no games with me.
Corey needs a link to come in and tell us how she plans to pay back people she defrauded. Well, it's a little heavy duty. Evidently there's a lot of bad luck. Well, you have to say one thing about Glenn Henry. I mean, he's a stand-up guy. Five Gobblers has been there since day one. Five Gobblers, Card Captor, Serene, these guys. In a way, I guess I'm born under the sign of the dog. This is the year of the dog. Very fitting, right? And the dog under the Chinese zodiac is loyal, very loyal to the end. So Joshy Bingham, let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you this, Joshy Bingham. When the chips were down, Joshy Bingham, where were you, my friend? Where were you? There's an enabler. Joshy Bingham. When the wind was whistling through the Alamo, my good friend Joshy B out there. Brother, I let you off really easy. So I don't know where DW Red is, I guess. Ran for the hills, 5 gobblers. Ran for the hills. Ran for the hills. Just smoking behind. Well, it's true, Rob. It's true. But, Yeah, I think so. I took responsibility for myself. I took responsibility 2 days ago, Ski. We welcome to the party. You, the year of the dog. I am the year of the dog. Yes. So this is a dog year, and under the Chinese zodiac, the dog is intensely loyal, even to the point of stupidity. All right, he's ruining his own live stream. No longer has any interest in talking to you. Well, that's fine. I'll be glad to shut down. So that's fine, my friend. Oh, DW Red, that's fine. You go over there and lick his window then, okay? Let's see, miss you, Jen. This is a lucky year for the dogs, Jody. My mom's a dog as well. That's really cool. That is really cool. I like to hear that. Joshy is Lacey. Woo! Joshy Bingham, are you Lacey Rocks over there? Is
Actually, the real Lacey Rocks has appeared on the scene.
I was the first one to call me.
And she's gonna demand answers.
Yep.
Pretty soon.
That's it. DW still getting a hold of Lacey. So Joshy Scorpio. Is a Scorpio a strong? Susan Brown, is a Scorpio like a strong? I guess there's certain zodiacs that are. I'm a dragon, so we're totally incompatible. Listen to Graham Townsend on there. Oh, geez, that's funny as hell, Graham.
All I know is that dogs, you don't want to corner a dog.
Yeah, I'm going to be making stuff Friday night, but dogs. You like dogs.
I love dogs.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right on the cusp, Cancer and Gemini, right?
I'm actually now what's that new guy? That snake doctor. That new zodiac, the 13th zodiac.
I don't know what it is. What's the 13th zodiac? Is it Illuminati bullshit or something? Thank you, Brit Girl. Thank you very much. Hey, Rub is July 20th. And Rub, I got your message. I know that there's another Rub one out, Rosie, running around. Yes. I know you are, Deb. I know.
We know.
I know, sweetie. How awesome is that?
We know who is Sue, so no worries.
The very beautiful Debbie Ariola. That's the one the King really singles out for
we have a black book that has all the schmutz in it.
That's it. That's exactly right. Yeah, and the 25th. Yeah, Baby Jack. That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
Yep, Gob, it's time for your meds, baby. Gob, go and take your medications, Gob. And then take your other brooders, and you know who you are, and go to bed.
That's it. So does do you guys want to keep chatting, or do you want to, so is Elvis going to slow his roll? Let's talk about the AdSense thing. I forgot to talk about the AdSense thing. Okay, here's the AdSense problem. I've got 2 conflicting people came in with links to Google AdSense thing. One of the persons says if you donate money to a super chat, you cannot get the money back. It's considered a gift. The second person said under the terms and conditions of general AdSense under YouTube that any donation can be reversed and will be honored by a bank directive to do so up to 90 days after the time of initial deposits. So I've got two conflicting things here. One guy was really pissed off that he was on the side chat and he was trying to tell me all night about this, but the chat was moving too fast. And Ski will say, "Oh, you just ignored the side chat because you're an SOB, blah blah blah," and all that kind of stuff. Sean subset, if it's reported as fraudulent activity, then it can be reclaimed card activity. Thank you, Jasmine. I'm not sure. So there's two different things. You know, Super Chat says once it's in, then that's it. They're not asking for a refund. It's charged back directly from the credit card company. Okay. God Blue says they're not asking for a refund. It's a charge back directly from the credit. So if all this stuff, good night, Matronisa, if all this stuff flips back, yeah, then he's pretty much busted out. So that'll be that. So that's what I say. Anybody that feared that you know, Operation Elvis would be unraveled and fail probably has nothing to worry about. So yeah, the bottom line is he could lose a substantial amount of money that maybe wasn't his anyway. So that's the bottom line. Yeah, well, Five Gobblers, it was a setup. That's the deal. The Marshall got set up on that, but you know, people been using a chargeback scam for you. Something I never knew about it, God Bluth. I don't know anything about you know, like I say, it's all kind of new to me since the Lacey Rock thing. Mike G, the problem with Elvis now is there's no safety at all. He cannot go into any store and do a hangout. He cannot go to any restaurant, any fast food place, any place at all to do a hangout, because at any moment he could have walked through somebody could walk through the door and hand him his head in there. So he can't, if he goes outside to try to get internet, you know.
The zodiac sign is called Ophiuchus.
Ophiuchus. It sounds stupid as hell. So if Corey says if Marshall flipped his modus operandi on his channel, got a job and focused on that, he'd get so many more viewers and supporters. So
it's the 13th sign.
Yeah.
It's the serpent bearer.
Yeah, so that's it. The serpent. Okay, Mike, I just don't. You and Jen are. Oh, I'm not. Jen's going to go off on a bit. I just wanted to know if you guys. Hey, Fitz. Yeah, Fitz. There's a lot of people out there, my friend, but there's a lot of people that don't want to see that happen. So I've been trying to communicate with DW Red. We love you too. Hope you got our card. There's a lot of people like DW Red that want to take Elvis's head off at the neck, and they're tracking him every place that he goes, every location he goes, every town he goes to. It's like DW Red said, every place he goes to, he's on Google Maps and follow him down, and his first call is to the local police station to tell
stalking and harassment.
Yeah, so this is the problem that he runs against. It's his limits. So yeah, so that's what I'm, you know, so he really can't do a hangout. You saw how the poor quality the internet was, because you hang out at the back of buildings and after hours and stuff, and a lot of them dial down their internet because frankly they don't want people squatting on their internet stuff. Smooth said he's never going to make it on its own. What do you think, Smooth? You've watched for a long time, Smooth Operator. What do you think, Smooth, about that? Tribe says if Elvis went and filed stalking charges on anybody, I'll take his channel down myself. I'm just asking Smooth because Smooth has followed. I guess I've known Smooth on the side chat for about 2 years on here. Corey, you're too cute. and a lovely grandchild there. But if Elvis tries to harass me, I'll have his channel removed personally. Okay, so that's you know what tribe I think about that is that let's imagine this tribe. If Marshall went into a police station and said, I want to file a harassment charge, you know, the first thing they would do is they would hand him a clipboard with some paper on it and say, here, fill out these forms. And he would look at that and hand it back and say, you know what? I don't edit videos. I'm not going to fill out any. I'm not going to fill out any paperwork because it take too much effort. Because frankly, tribe kings don't fill in paperwork. So you and I both know that ain't nothing going to happen. Sean, you have to cut the apron strings. He needs to rough it. Yeah, I have, but I'm saying it doesn't mean I'm not going to be in the side chat. I'm just saying for the record, I'll remove his channel myself and it'll stay going. Well, he is, Kim. He won't do that. So, yeah, I'm waiting for Smooth. I can't answer my router. See, Smooth is probably another cheapskate out there that has a $17 eBay purchase.
What, do you have like an Obama phone? Smooth?
Yeah, hey, Smooth. Why don't you contact Mr. X down there?
Yeah, maybe you can. Do you have like a McDonald's toy
You have
collection?
You have a McDonald's near you?
Maybe you can trade toys with him.
Yeah, you'd be a perfect fit for him, Smooth. With your I don't know what it is in Florida down there. And apologies, I have more friends in Florida than any other state in the United States. But I'll tell you what, every time a storm comes through, these guys get washed out to sea. See with shit with their crappy internet and all that.
Do you have an Obama phone that works part time only?
Yeah, yeah, Drory didn't like the way I insulted him for taking 45 minutes to fill in paperwork so there's Five Gobbler said he'd fill in the paperwork himself for Marshall and turn it in. So Smooth, maybe you can parallel them and get a bonded pair to at least get 50. There you go, Kim. How about that? Huh? How about that? I mean, my God. I mean, if you can't, you know, people bitched in the comments. Oh, give this guy's audio is so bad. Yeah, you two have a good night. Yeah, let's see. Five Gobblers never leaves his lazy boy. My router's water cooled. Yeah, that's cool, fun. Serious question. Does Marshall refuse to do things because he can't? No, it's just, you know, Mike Loyal, you know, Marshall believes he's descended from Iraqi Assyrian royalty, and that Saddam was a usurper of the throne, and that the rightful linkage, the rightful heritage of the Assyrian dynasty will be restored. And therefore, he's the legitimate heir to the throne of the kingdom of Assyria, which his first duty would be to restore the name Assyria to the kingdom and kick out any interlopers or non-pure Assyrian people, because he considers other people of inferior races out of the kingdom. And that would be that. Love you, Debbie. So that would be that. Therefore, he doesn't believe in manual labor or doing things. No, I'm not kidding. Go listen to his discussion about that. Get into five.
Assyrians and are hardcore believers, and
so
they have,
as he told me, learn to love it. That's the way
they have a strong belief, deep-rooted belief in the goes way back Their actually their culture goes way back to the Anunnaki time periods.
Yeah, I guess he believes
And
that he's gone to the top on YouTube and nothing's going to slow him down. So, uh, hey, I think that's Marshall. I'm not sure if that's him or not on there. So,
so
yeah, how you doing?
so
Your enabler in chief just refused to come on tonight to the hangout. So we know what that's about. So it's a miracle that YouTube being broken. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know Totoro. I mean, it's like I have a lot of subs, but it's a dead channel. So, well, it was until, this has come along, and I have a feeling this will give a 3-day boost and that, it'll be fun. So, okay, is that an imposter? Okay. Smooth says is that the real king in there? Check the link.
yeah,
Okay.
might have been him because
Okay.
it was royal greetings.
Yeah. So, hello. Yeah. Okay.
Good evening.
So I just say that that's the story relayed to me. Is it's Saddam Hussein and the Ba'athist. Let me see if I remember that. Saddam Hussein and the Ba'athist party that was installed on a pro-Nazi regime in the 1930s are usurpers to the throne of Assyria. At the mother country, I got to see if I'm the mother country of the Tigris and Euphrates River, the birthplace of civilization here. And that when this current illegitimate Iraqi government is displaced and all the usurpers are kicked out of the kingdom, then he will be the one to take over the throne and restore legitimacy and change the name to Assyria and assume my rightful place on the throne of Assyria. Now, what am I? What do you say? Seems like a big task to me. I mean, we've had thousands of guys die in the desert over there to get rid of street terrorists and thugs and stuff like that. So I say, good on you, brother. I hope you have a lot of people with you. So.
Well, the Assyrian country is huge. It'll take a big swath of Iraq over.
Yeah, I mean that's
of Syria.
Well, yeah, I mean it said it starts here on YouTube, and with the.
If that ever does come true, which I don't think it'll ever come true.
Yeah. So
it would have to happen if the Anunnaki were to return to this world.
Yeah, and the other thing too is that I got to be honest with you, I never even heard of Assyria until Marshall came on the scene. I had to go back to my textbook. I heard of the Tigris and Euphrates and Nebuchadnezzar and the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, but I never heard. Assyria kind of escaped me in there. So go check your parents. Some chump gave you his change. Henry. Is Jen German or Jen? Why don't you explain your heritage?
I am a partially unknown mix of Norwegian, American, German, and partially unknown origin.
Yeah, it's like Glenn Henry said, the king is the chosen one, and that's why you watch and talk about him. So, what's your accent? Where were you raised?
My accent is Dutch, German, English.
Yeah, German's your native language.
I was raised with the Dutch, English, German.
There you go, 5 gobblers, a Norwegian princess. That's right.
Yeah, and I am the Norwegian princess because three generations back, we were the Norwegians from Norway, and Norway is also
Okay.
the Vikings. They're also
Look at Kim.
related to the Germany. It all comes back from the Germans. So it's all connected all back to the Germans.
My accent's an embarrassing
And
Baltimore
the
accent.
Vikings, and there's one old saying, do not ever mess with the Viking. They will come, they will take everything you have, they will pillage and plunder, leave everything behind without life left in their bodies. And
Yeah, Jen's pretty, she's a lot tougher than people
so
than people give her credit for. I just have a mixed mud, English, Irish, German, and French, and Spanish. So a lot of crap in there, and a real lousy Baltimore accent. So there's Happy Meal. I don't think we have a Dutch oven over here. Viking became a part of the Byzantine Empire. I'm not sure. Well, it's true, Kim. I'm nothing on that. So nothing distinguished about my heritage. And they have helmets. Yeah, they have helmets. If you look at Vlogger Puppets, one of his early things in 2015 of us, Jen has a helmet on, one of the Norwegian Viking helmets there on Blogger Puppets thing, the Norwegian with foot. You like to have your feet massaged. Pretty feet.
I lived right by the Dutch border, the Netherlands border, which was taken down in the late 80s, and we had basically open borders. And I spent a lot of time in the Netherlands.
Look at Kim on there.
And
no,
I
Joshy, we're not questioning your character.
Really enjoyed the Netherlands. The Netherlands is such a beautiful country. The people, just amazing people. Just to throw that in
there. You go.
So.
Let's see. Now it's saying there are no home. Oh, researchers say, Oz, there were no horns to the helmets. That's interesting. Good Lord, who knew that?
I had horns on my helmet. And we needed horns on our helmets because if we dropped our swords, we could then, with our horns on our helmets, poke people in the eye, our enemy poke them in the eye, and they wouldn't see anything, and then we could break their neck. Not to be too graphic, but
yeah, I'm gonna look.
We're talking about battling to the bitter end.
Yeah, this thing with the chargebacks, I shouldn't be confused. I guess the people that really know the best about the chargebacks would be, asking the guys that did that.
So
Ask the people that set up this kind of sting thing, because they must have obviously done the research. I mean, you would not throw $4,000 unless you were absolutely positively sure that you were going to get that money back, right? Unless they miscalculated or something. Rob said, Rosie, that way Elvis does hangouts with a flashlight because he's hiding. Yeah. Rob, it's real bad right now. It's real bad. You can't publicly do videos. There's a whole search party out for him. Can't get internet. It's a shitstorm right now. There's people like he tried to put down tried to extend the olive branch last night and make an apology to everybody. But DW Red said no deal. It's still on.
We will have to get him a security detail. There's nothing else about it.
Yeah.
We have contacts too. We know people, so we can set things.
I'm saying, but I think that's it. So That's what I tried to do, Kim, is to get him to move to Vegas and on Fremont. He could make money doing photos. That's exactly correct.
Yep. Plus, we know a lot
And
of
Kim,
people
if I
in
had to make
Vegas.
if I had to make a guess, I would guess that that's where he's ultimately going to end up. Is probably on Fremont Street or in Vegas, wandering around for picture opportunities, making cash.
And there's awesome security there. There's the marshals. They're there. There's police. There's sheriffs. They're there all the time.
What's
They're
that?
not mucking around.
What does that mean, Graham? On that, I'm not sure. Let Elvis move to Vegas, then Tribe can beat his ass. Uh-oh, Joshy Bingham's Joshy Bingcock says, Rosie, why not let him park the Lisa Marie in your driveway? I'm not the solution to his situation. What's the advantage to parking in my driveway? So he doesn't well, you know, Tribe, if you want him to work, his probably best chance of making gainful employment is being out there and
anybody that wishes him harm or ill will here now or anytime, it's not gonna help.
There's not a lot of demand for washed up. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he could you know, I mean, just judged by watching him on the streets of Las Vegas, there's a lot of people that like to come up and have their pictures taken with them, and he might be able to clear $100 a day cash money or something like that. The demand is in Vegas. It's not here. You know, I mean, that's the reality of the situation. Could he sell his RVs? Oh, he could sell Class Bs. He could sell Class Bs. Let's see. Yeah, be my gardener, beat off in my turn. I asked you about. Well, I'll talk to you later about Jalen in Studio B. I had a question for you on that, but yeah. And Annie DeSantis said, if we wish people bad, it comes back to us. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't.
Well, Mike G, did you know that everything comes back tenfold to you?
Oh, there's nobody that knows more about Class B. Tribe says they removed all of the Elvis shows here. The Elvis shtick is over. So let's see. Tess Tickout says, let him park in Tribe's driveway and mooch off of Tribe's stolen internet. There we go. Yeah, I think selling Class Bs would be perfect. You need to be groomed. You need to clean up your act, and you need to come to work on time. I mean, you need to be cleaned and groomed and be there because he certainly knows the advantages. How many sales guys that sell RVs and Class Bs can say, you know what, I've lived 2 years in a camper van. I know exactly what. I have no problem telling you about what it's like wearing, what it's like using. What it's like to live in a camper van. How many salespeople have that kind of experience to say, oh, don't get the scissors bed, or don't get the back bed, or get the back bed, don't get the fold out scissors bed up front on there. So yeah, what about pro wrestling? He likes Ric Flair. I don't know. I'm not a big wrestling aficionado.
You have to be in physical top condition. Yeah. You have to have a lot of training, practice. You have to enroll to the training program. I have been watching and studying actually what it takes to go into the pro wrestling, and
don't swear online. So. Well,
it takes a lot. You don't have to start with a lot of the young guys that come in that they actually started with college wrestling.
There's Joshy my Pookie Joshy out there. Throw this away.
Well, you know what is funny, Mike? Whenever I take Georgie for a ride in the car, he likes to lick the window on his driver's side. It gets moist, and then he likes to lick the moisture on the window. Yeah, and he's right. Dogs love doing that kind of thing. Yeah, it's funny.
All right. Try. Did I make Did I make a very interesting comment when I came here? Joshy Bingham. Yeah. No, maybe you could be Rosie's butler. I mean, I don't know. Would you want him to be a caregiver in your house? I mean, you better lock up your fridge and stuff. You weren't supposed to see that. Right on cue. Elvis wanted to be bad guy like the rest of people. Hey, he got what he wanted. Nothing. You can name him. I'm just saying you got to own your stuff those days, Josh. Studio what? Studio B, Jalen. That's the tribe room. That's the room where the magic happens. He would be great in RB sales. I agree. I think to have somebody that could hire you could hire somebody that knows all about Class
I
Bs.
watched this video where he introduced the lady with the Dodge camper van that had the high top on it. And I was just blown away by all the details that he knew about all the make, the specific model, who manufactures them, how many there were, what years, from when to when, and he compared them to other manufacturers. I'm just always blown away on his knowledge, and it just really, I mean, that would be the perfect thing for him. Would be a camper van thing. He would be selling the camper vans, the Class Bs. He would be selling them like hotcakes. But I also believe like Vegas would be great, and maybe that Vegas would be great. There's a good climate. It's dry most of the time. And not too far from here, we can see him twice a year. We can drive down there, see him, and kind of make sure that everything is all right. He could also sell Class Bs in Vegas, and that's right, yeah, and do the Elvis gig on the side, and do both. That's right. There are a lot of RV sales places. That's right. Absolutely correct. I agree with Lily. Yeah. Yep. Well, I just want to throw one thing in here, and that's my personal beliefs. I am dealing with a incurable disease. At this point in time, there's no cure for it. So I am a very humble person. I believe in helping people wherever I can. Whenever there is an opportunity to help somebody, and I will be helping. And if I see somebody out here in the city, out here, I'm out and about, and I see somebody that needs help, I help. And that's my goal in life, to help people, to make a positive impact in life, because in the end we don't know when our last day is gonna be. Today could be our last day.
Yeah, she's kind of the one that encouraged me to think about a little more about paying it forward and getting.
Right.
Hi, Edward. How are you? She's the one that kind of encouraged me to pay it forward a little bit,
and I think we all need to think a little bit more about that. What if today was our last day in this world? Would we want to leave this world today with having a good deed done? Or do we want to leave this world behind and having just negative things done, having a negative impact done in this world?
So, but
So
then I kind of realized how dumb that was in a lot of ways on YouTube, and how you can't really know people.
And that just
and
does
I never thought there was as much scam out there. I mean, I was shocked at the level of scam. I mean, Tribe will tell you about the what was that one tribe that I was involved in, that Christmas GoFundMe for Crystal and Follow the Hearts? Remember that? Remember that shitstorm that I was involved with? That one, Follow the Hearts, where Crystal's husband supposedly walked out on Christmas Eve, and I rushed $100.
I did some research. He never left.
He never left. He was like just following a couple miles behind and stuff, and was shady over the border in Mexico or something like that. And Tribe was like, what do you, it's got to be an idiot.
So anyways, that's just my message to everybody that's watching, that's listening, that will watch this, that...
Yeah, I know, Kim, and we popped 100 in that, and Tribe, I'm lucky he didn't take my channel down on that day when that thing came out. Yeah, that was some bad stuff, and Tribe is like, are you serious? Are you serious? I mean, it's like, and then that's at the point I started running shit past Tribe. Is like, no, 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 no. So 2016 and 2017 were very dry years here for stuff.
Do something good.
And then we had Rub One Out, Rosie's heating bill GoFundMe. So that was another cluster mess.
Do something good for somebody, and it'll make you feel good about yourself when you go to bed in the evening. And it'll make you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that was they're still on.
So anyway,
yeah, they did a lot of damage. Kim, you're not going to believe this. Kim's talking about we got to kind of stick on point here. Kim is talking about the what do they call their channel now? Blue something. Lena Lopez and the other. They still have a channel. They still have a channel on here. They do weekly podcasts, and now they've said that being transgender is a scam. It's they've now stopped taking hormones, and they're reverting back to male and female. But he continues. Gypsy Blue Nomads. That's the name of their channel. Gypsy Blue Nomads. Go check it out, Kim. They're really they're really a mess over there. That situation.
One of them has already fully transitioned with bottom and top surgery.
Yeah, the
Female
damage is
to
done.
male.
Yeah, they left their kids. The only thing I'm not much Kim, but
the other one has left 5 or 7 kids.
Five kids in
behind.
Tennessee. You know, can you imagine that?
And it's just smooching off the other one, I guess. I don't know the exact circumstances.
Maria, Elvis can't get internet on there, so.
But they're like preaching self-righteousness and everything, and all I can think about is when you have 5 children and one of them was a young son that told his father,
thanks, Stella,
I never want to hear you and see you again. I hate you. And that child was so hurt.
Okay. For those of you who are new to the channel, this is my rack. This is called the Wall of Sound here. I do video, I do audio. My passion in life is restoring vintage audio and rescuing vintage audio. And I built this wall of sound back here to feature some of my nice units: Fisher, Yamaha, Pioneer, Kenwood, Allied, Marantz, at H. Scott, all types of things. This is the best stereo console ever built in America, the 1960 21-tube Motorola 3-channel stereo console here with a dedicated bass channel, 3 channels there. You can see the videos in my playlist, restoration, audio restoration and rescue. I go out and rescue. I rescued these JBL speakers. We're in a thrift shop here a couple weeks ago. My Christmas present to myself. JBL L77s here. Beautiful speakers and stuff. So that's my passion. So if you guys enjoy vintage audio and things like that, I do all the rebuilding, the shop videos, all that stuff. Yep, the Hammerlin, all those kind of things. So, yeah. Hey, good night, gobblers. Thank you, my friends. Good to see you. What's that plain trophy? This is from Jen's AWACS days. She's going to grab that. Do you have an inkling of just to discovering old VHS home tapes with footage? It can be a YouTube if you can get a hold of. Yeah, I've never done something like that. Hi, Nova Gina. So I'll ask you guys. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There's the. You know, you wonder why Jen is such an excellent drone flyer and stuff.
This is the 35-year anniversary. They gave this one of their planes now a paint job. This in 2017 they had the 35-year anniversary. So I wasn't able to be there, but
yeah. So if you look at our drone, videos, you'll see what Missy Jen ran the wires with the drone, the high tension power lines, and flew right between them like with 2 inches to spare on top and bottom. She was it was amazing. Yeah, Kim's like, look what we built. It looked like what we built at Boeing. Jessica, hi, sweetie. Nice to see you. The beautiful Jessica Rabbit is in the house. You go to component level. I do all board level, discrete component, wire round, resistors, original. Most of my stuff maintains original capacitors because I think that they have a patina to them in the way of sound on that. So I try to maintain as much. I try to change out as little as possible. I do a lot of repair stuff. Thank you, JN. She's an excellent drone pod. She's fantastic on that thing. And let's just say it's not her first go round with a drone. So great to see you, Jessica. You're always a sweetie. Yeah, Glenn Henry. Are you still streaming? Dang, we got done watching a good movie. Must sleep now. Beautiful resonance, round sound. That's exactly right. Do you guys want me to you want to keep going, or do you want to shut it down? Do you want to keep the chat going here? I'm willing to keep it going for another hour if you want. It's up to you guys if you want to keep it going. So I'll let you guys decide if you want to keep it going or move on this evening. I'll leave it up to you. And Skiwi doesn't get a vote. So Gypsy, hi, sweetie. I'm feeling okay. Good night, Mike Loyal. Thank you, Annie. You're very sweet. I don't care for Marshall, but don't like bullies. Thank you, Tom. That's the only reason I came into this thing now, not to bail Marshall out financially, not to offset any charges, insufficient funds, things that are coming and stuff like that. That's not my deal. The only thing I said I would do is to help rebuild the administrative framework of getting his life on track. If it's banking, if it's the legalities of trying to straighten out any potential fraud stuff that's occurred with EBT stuff and all that stuff. But any fines that accrue, any other stuff that accrues, I said take him, take Mr. X, and take Drory, put them on an Alabama chain gang for the month of July down there, point them towards some roads that need tarring and finishing, like in Cool Hand Loop. Put them on a chain gang and let them go out there and do that. So let's see. Let's see. Yeah, it's nice to see Fitz in here. Zing Zing. Hi, Cupcake. Nice to see you. He didn't apologize. Skiwi takes power nap. Skiwi is like, my work is done here. You're all a-holes, so that's it. Jordy can't even walk. So that's what's been relayed to me tonight, is that they, for the people that came in late. Okay, yeah, I'm fine. I give you guys the option if you want me to just, are you done for the night, or if you want me to, I'm willing to keep it open for an hour. And that's it. What's the scoop with Mr. X? Didn't think anyone knows of his involvement in any fraud. Hey, Tucker. No, I don't say about fraud, but I'm just saying, why is this guy so shady and flaky? And make sure tomorrow to play back the beginning of the this evening, because this guy's a flake. This guy's shady. This guy helped make an ass out of Double D in that hot tub scene. And when I go down to Florida, I'm telling you what, I don't care what I have to do. This guy owes an apology to Double D. Cupcake, you did. Zinger did a beautiful video, very short today on. I'd like to clubber is what I'd like. She had beautiful meatballs, and oh, it was so good for a sub. Let's see. Yeah, Mr. X is just, and then the weird thing, Tucker Poon, about Mr. X is really shady guy in the background. This shady guy, I called him today because he's been AWOL when the stuff hit the fan. He didn't go he didn't show up. He didn't stand tall with people and admit his involvement in being an enabler and the stuff that's going down in Florida. He chose to cut and run, and I was wondering why he wasn't seen for a couple days. Guess what? This guy's houseboy. When I call over there on the phone, the houseboy's like, "Oh, he went to visit Alaska." I said, "Oh, did somebody die up there, or did a family member? Did something happen? Does he have family up there for the holidays?" Guess what he told me? No, he's on an Alaskan cruise, on a cruise ship in Alaska. Well, guess what? There aren't any cruise ships that run into Alaska in wintertime. Unbelievable. Did Mr. X have the hots for Elvis? No, I mean, I'm going to say no. I don't think so. I think maybe the houseboy there, but I don't know. I mean, how many people have a houseboy? It's the damnedest thing. And you know, I'll tell you this, Tucker Poon too. You can go back and see this hangout, um, and you can see his addiction to Happy Meal toys. And when he, you know, I go to Chicago and have treat everybody to tavern style ribs at the Gale Street Tavern in Jackson Heights in Chicago. And Mr. X returns the favor by taking me to McDonald's and giving me, slapping a Happy Meal coupon in my hand. And I said, "What is this?" He said, "They're featuring the Gullah Gullah Islands toy in the Happy Meals this month." And I said, "What's that to me?" He's like, "I'm a power collector of these Happy Meal toys, you know, power toy, you know, Happy Meal toys." And I said, "You know, so what?" He says, "Well, you know, you got to use these coupons. I can't buy 3 Happy Meals." And he ends up giving us each one of these coupons to buy a Happy Meal. And he goes up to the counter to present this to the 18-year-old girl that's working up there. And she's looking like, "Where's your grandchild? I'll let your grandchild come up and pick out one of the toys. You know, they have different color options and stuff like that." And he comes up to the, and he says, "No, I'm alone," you know. And she's looking at the store manager like getting ready, like she's moving her leg like this, trying to motion. She's hitting the counter like to motion to the store manager, right, that we might have like a freakazoid situation here. And he's like, "Oh no," you know, he got panicked all of a sudden. He's like, "Oh, okay. There's I'm just a collector." And she just kind of calmed down. I'm not sure about that, Tucker Poon. I don't think he needs to be. I don't think he's involved. I'm just saying, but it's very shady, you know. But like I said, Elvis associated with fraud. I really think that that's right, Kim. That's exactly right. Yeah, the Chicago trip. You know, after, you know, this is the guy MX. This is the guy that walks around at Home Depot and at the supermarket looking at the Carl Budding meats to try to find out if any are on reduced price. You know, this is the guy that's always at the right hand side of the meat case looking through 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 the meats and stuff. Well, Mr. X is a local confidant down there in the area. You know, I think these are known associates, and I can't speak for enabling and stuff like that, but let's keep it real, okay? You know, he's a guy that just shaded off like a flake when the shit hit the fan. He went over the hill, and you could see. Yeah, I know, Tucker. That's where I was working on the rig, right there. But yeah, I mean, he's a nice guy, you know, and I don't think that yeah, Redemption Road, Elvis's Redemption Road. It's my 2015 playlist, Tucker Poon. I know you don't like to click on that crap, but it's all out there. Spirit of Salt. I've told you guys before, I have not had Elvis's phone number since he left Vegas. Reason being, his phones have been compromised. You know, I don't know, tribe. I'm not sure. So I guess do what you got to do on that regard. Okay. Yeah, okay, Mr. X. But, you know, I'm not Mr. X. You know, I don't overtly know anything. I'm just telling my experience about the time I spent with him, David Guns. But that was 2 years ago. Yeah, that's Tucker. You're not. You know, you make good content, man. And I'm saying I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't label him. I was just saying that Mr. X is very shady, and nobody goes out to Alaska on a cruise. And thank you, Kim said, look for this one, Mr. X, Chicago, Elvis's Redemption Road Part 15, a special present for me. He gave me the manuals for a GMC motor coach, which I thought was real nice. But he made a real big deal. I made it like it was the Emmy Awards getting that handed to me. So, but he was a very nice guy. So, but I just wanted to show you what how kooky how kooky things were on that. And I just don't know who takes a cruise to Alaska. And then there was the double D incident, and sticking her in the pool. I say putting her in the pool like a fool. So, you know, yeah, award for Miss Helpful of the Year, right? I mean, it's just crazy, Kim. It's you know. I'm sure Mr. X looked up the value of them on eBay and decided they were of a negligible value to to provide to me. So yeah, it's pretty fun. The whole playlist is really funny from the beginning when I'm flying into Chicago and I got the music and uh, the music on there. So this is what I say. A lot of people contacted me and said that you just got on the crazy train in December, and far from it, my friends. I've been on the crazy train with Glenn Henry, Five Gobblers, AX, and all these people since basically 2015. So Drory hung up on me tonight, Rob. When I told him I was going to send a link. Yeah, maybe I'll come on, maybe I'm not. Rosie, you disrespected me. Rosie, I'm not there to be I don't answer to women. I don't, let's get it right. I come on your panel. I run the thing. I'm a guest on there. I'm a known person. I'm the Godfather. I gave you your start on YouTube. If it hadn't have been me, you'd be a nobody on YouTube. Nobody would know you in the community. You would never get on the panel and have paneled up on YouTube. So you should be grateful that I let you into the hangout. You treated me like crap. You talked over me last night. You invited people to come on the hangout without asking me first. And I mean, holy hell, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that was a real slap in the face tonight. Ellie, and it's MGTOW, men going their own way, and I don't answer to people, and I wear what I want to wear when I come on the hangout. If I want to wear a rag on my head, if I want to wear a sombrero, right? Hey, Debbie Lynn. Well, I'm just trying to say that this, so he said, there's no way in God's green earth I'd be on your hangout. Have a good night. So there it is. Well, Coach, it was pretty rugged tonight on the phone with him. I just wanted to apologize. I guess I take back my apology from the beginning of the hangout tonight, because I came on and apologized because I felt like I treated him a little rough last night, and so I guess Drory now, I say I took on you. That's it. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for coming on with that, that racism and sarcasm and all that enabling and all that stuff. So, and I'll just go on my own rant. You ought to be ashamed of yourself sitting down there and that lazy boy rocker going back and forth and I'm the Godfather, Rosie, and don't ever forget I'm the Godfather. And I took time to take you around and show you park models, and I got a busy life down here. I got people to see. I'm doing business, and you're in the flow, right? So look, let's make it short, sweet, and to the point. Okay, I'll come on. I'll tell these scumbags what I think of them on there. And, that's the bottom line on there. So I'm not going to be on there. I see people like Corey on your side chat. I'm not going to come on. And who are you to invite Glam Cat to be on your on the panel? Are you kidding me? Do you have eyes? Do you see what happened the other night? Holy crap. And I mean, I'm just like, I just put an apology. Stick your apology. I don't want your apology. New Yorkers don't take apology. We own our shit. It, whoa. Oh, yeah, there was a sign. I mean, somebody's putting this sign, boop, cat and boars. I mean, I'm like, what the hell, right? Oh, boy, you know, Gypsy. Well, this ain't nothing, Debbie Lynn. I mean, this ain't much of a show, but it's a place that people can come and chat and hang out and stuff. But you disrespected Marshall. This is somebody that will actually amount to something on YouTube. You're just a hanger oner on the thing, and yeah, I mean, you've been there from day one. But I'm here. I'm the colonel, right? I'm the stage manager. Uh, yeah, he's the one that has sciatica. So, you know. Well, Ellie, I don't really have that much truck with it. So, he doesn't even have the courage to show up on that. I think he's sleepy weepy tonight. So that's it. Let him go off in weeping there. So, do you guys want to keep going? Yeah, Happy Meal. I am butthurt. Yeah, Happy Meal said Rosie sounds butthurt. Yeah, I was. I offered. There's an apology at the beginning of this hangout. If you check it out tomorrow, there's an apology in the beginning of it because I did feel like, well, Spirit of Salt, we should have better people around, but this is what it is over there. It's like I told Tribe earlier. I can't have Stephen Hawking on my panel. You know, right? All the other Nobel laureates are kind of tied up. I'll extend an invitation to the faculty of Stanford University. We can talk about advanced particle nuclear physics and the building of the next fusion reactors. But you know, Joe King, change your title. Well, Joe King, he doesn't have any. He's not building a channel. I'll be going in a little bit, Deb. He's not. Hi, Corky. He's not building a channel on here, so I don't know about the publicity. No, Jack, I'm not going to do it like I told you today. If the chargebacks come in, I've kept my word to you, Jack, every step of the way on here. No reversing. I'm just standing my ground. I just want to be able to help on the administrative crap. That's all. I'm not paying anybody's chargebacks. I'm not floating anybody's money into their account. Okay, I've kept to my word 100%. Yeah, Graham Townsend said Stephen Hawking would be shit on the panel. So, yeah. So, posted, please. How a fake 1% paid to do a background didn't even get the right info. Please, I beg you. Okay, Marshall's channel is demonetized today. So I leave it to you guys. I'm willing to go till 10 o'clock, so that'll be fine by me. So no, Drory is the handler of Elvis. Check the video last night, especially the half hour. You'll see another key segment. And I also pulled that apart today about and Tucker Poon, you got to like this. Ham and Eggers versus Ham and, versus, what did I say? Van and Beggars, right? Ham and Eggers versus Van and Beggars. How about that? I did a little piece on that this afternoon, a little outtake of that hangout last night. Why do we glorify people that live in, that are van dwellers as if it's something great? Now, I back people's right to do what they want to do. And you can have it, Tucker Poon. I give you permission to use anything. My material, I already contacted Crook and Nanny, told them you two and stickers or anybody have blanket rights to use anything on there at all. And because I'm not about haranguing people, but I am about giving people the freedom to to do their own things. Rosie, Drory wants Elvis. I'm not sure, Janity. I'm going to get a drink of water. So, but I think Glenn Henry probably feels the same way as I do. You have a God-given right in America to be a bucket crapper and a window licker or whatever you want to do. The thing is, I'm not gonna fund the. I'm a ham and egger too, Glenn. I get up at 5:30 a.m. and do my thing, and but I'll defend somebody's right to do that. But as far as funding and other stuff, I'll help with paperwork. Don't do intervention anymore. You made me shoot. I'm not doing an intervention anymore. I'm going to go down to Florida and just have fun. And I'm going to track this sketchy Mr. X down in this double D. Guarantee you that. Ooh. Yes, if you want the whole lowdown on that, you can go back and just sub the Rosie O'Kelly channel. Check out the playlist. Elvis's Redemption Road, October of 2015, 15-part series. On there, you can see some of these characters and fill in the details on these people and see what that's. That's right, Debbie Lynn. Ham and Eggers' lives matter. Ham and Eggers versus Van and Beggars. That's what I say. And don't ever think I come down on the side of wanting to give people a free ride. It's it's just a matter for me of the freedom of the pursuit of happiness. That's all. 15 parts of Rosie. Why, oh, why? Who did Double D turn out to be? Ozark lady, stay tuned. The best that I know is this shady guy, Mr. X, who claims that he's now his houseboy. You want to talk about flaky? A guy answers the phone, right? Mr. X has been AWOL for days since all this stuff came down. I think he's afraid that DW Red or some people are going to be motoring into his place, and I think he's afraid that DW Red's going to come in with his ice road truckers thing and just absolutely take his hobble that he lives in, hit the gas on that thing, and just go, because he probably thinks Elvis might be in there. He's going to put that thing in the lowest gear and hit the gas and just take that whole thing out and drive that thing right into the swimming pool or something, and that's it. So you know what he did? You know what kind of backbone this guy has? Houseboy says that he's headed out to Alaska on a cruise ship adventure. And I'm thinking to myself, that's pretty cool. And I say, are you going to Alaska? You have family or something, business thing or something like that in the house? No, we go on cruise ship. And I'm thinking, who in the hell goes on a cruise ship? Who in the hell goes on a cruise ship to Alaska in wintertime? Does that sound right to you? No, the reason I'm nailing the reason I'm nailing Mr. X down is this Double D situation. This guy, I know it's this guy's doing, right? Drory ain't around. This Mr. X meets this shady Double D, sticks her in the hot tub with Marshall. and uses her as a stage prop in a video. A rather ham-fisted in, yeah, an icebreaker cruise line. A rather ham-fisted and awkward video, nonetheless. But I considered that was really, really unbelievable to use her like that. And I think he owes her an apology. You know, what's the point? What's the point of that? And then last night to get the you know, to be told the double D. Well, I'm not going to repeat it here. I'm not into character assassinations on people and all that. So, yeah. Uh, so that's the story on that. I've checked, and there was a gay cruise from Eagle, Alaska that left port last week. Well, that might be it, Rob. That one could be it. Oh, it's absolutely, it was Mr. It had to be Mr. X. Who else would be, right? I mean, I remember watching that video and saying, God, I hope that camera goes into the hot tub, you know? Boy. Yeah, so there really is a cruise, huh? Yeah, the Chicago series is epic. That's when I always thought that people could change their nature and stuff. So, and yeah. But I'm only here for the defense of freedom, the Winged Bull legal department. I'm not a lawyer, just my disclaimer. No, Mr. X doesn't have a YouTube. Like I said, he's a really shady guy. On here. Thank you, Kim. But that was real short-lived with Elvis. That was an epic trip. There's all kinds of Vegas trips that we went on, hangouts, Vegas fixing in these hangouts. This year was really light, but because I didn't spend much time with Elvis, to tell you the truth, I was out doing videos and cinematic videos. Collard Green said the Winged Bull Mafia is bankrupt. Yeah, we'll probably have to file a Schedule D for restructuring. We'll have to probably file Chapter 13, which gives breathing room for reorganization. The real Mr. X, Rosie, I've been taking care of Elvis a lot longer than you have. Okay. I don't. Glenn Henry, do you recognize this, the real Mr. X on here? Oh yeah, when the Winged Bull doesn't need AdSense money on anywhere. Hey, Fox Song, nice to see you, by the way, my friend. Thanks for popping in tonight. The real Mr. X, you don't seem to have done a very good job then. Yeah. Yeah, Elvis, Wanderlust Estate, who I don't have any opinion. I tried to help him when he had his Class A to help I sent him the ad that I wrote for selling the GMC. You know, we communicated back and forth. We were cordial to each other. Yeah, I'm glad to see you, Fox Song. I don't think that the Elvis can get online. It's too problematic. So. Yeah. Yeah, Kim said from the description, Marshall, the nomadic Assyrian Elvis has been stirring up a lot of controversy. I was asked to meet up with him prior to what was happening recently. Thank you, Travis. I really appreciate that. Yeah, this is the funny thing. When I first knew Elvis in 2015, he had the most awkward title for a YouTube channel that I had ever heard. It was the Nomadic Assyrian Elvis Van Dweller. Oh, Joe King, he can't get online because he can't he can't go into a restaurant because DW Red and a gang have got him on 24-hour lockdown and surveillance. Oh, I'm not going to beg for money. You know, Kim was kind enough to put $20 in the tip jar tonight, and but super chat should be very small things. It's not, you know, I would be embarrassed for a big donation, but that's just me. But I defend other people's rights to do it, but I don't defend, you know, the stuff with DW Red and that stuff. Yeah, there's a GPS tracker on his van. He right now he's like in a it's not checkmate, but he's in a check situation now. So I think he's working with the Godfather, and it would be my guess. So to try to work up a strategy to break out of the you know, probably run the blockade or something at 3 a.m. in the morning or something. Drory said he'll buy the van. He said he'll buy the van, and that's it. I don't have a way to get hold of him either. Brandon said I'll go down to Titusville and give him a pep talk. I told him when he got his numbers back, I said, don't even give me your phone number. And God is my witness and my hand on the Bible. I have not talked to him since, well, other than that, being on the hangout last night, I have not talked to him since I said goodbye in Las Vegas on December 17th on a phone. I said, don't give me your phone. Don't give me your phone number, because it does nothing except me I get nothing but grief for it. I don't want to hear about it. So thank you, Fox Song. Very, very sweet. Thank you. Thank you. That's what it's about. And please, nobody else give. It's been enough. I don't, you know, there's nothing that I'm doing here except just giving a platform where people can talk, because there's really nothing else. It's a real blow that stickers thing came down, and I already heard that they're dancing on top of their vans out in the desert at the RTR that stickers channel went down, and they're drinking beers. From what I heard last night, drinking beers, getting drunk, and flipping off stickers and the other nomadic Patreon fanatic or something like that. So yeah, stickers never goes down. You take down 1 stickers and 5 other stickers, and then you take down those 5 and 25 more. Good luck. I told the guy on the phone, you better enjoy your respite while you have it. Hey, Lori, how you doing, beautiful? There's Lori Green. Lori Green is still considering her job as the Winged Bull Finance Director, the Vice President of Finance. Is Glenn Henry. You should twist Lori Green's arm there, my friend, and tell her you only have one chance to be the Winged Bull. We need somebody of Lori's caliber to put the framework, administrative framework, back together when the plug gets pulled on everything. Chapter 13 reorganization. So Glenn Henry, you got a sales job to do, my friend. Lori Green's going to be the advisor. Well, that's a step up from, that's good. She knows AdSense. She works AdSense on the inside. Yeah, so she knows what she's doing on there. But Winged Bull Finance, she knows money like Drory does, right? So I'm going to go to let's see, it's 9:16. I'll go to 10, and that'll give everybody a chance. Maybe Marshall will scare up something, I guess, when everybody goes to sleep and gets off the roads, and maybe DW Red and his gang go to sleep for the night. Maybe he goes out there and scrounges around and tries to get internet next to a Denny's or something like that. So If you watch the one with Elvis on, it sounds almost you know, Kim Davis. We always sound strange, but he's the most quiet and laid back person in person. But once the camera rolls, it's like it's a whole different shooting match. Yeah, it's a persona, all this stuff, but sometimes you got to be careful of what you say. Like I said at the beginning of this video, you've got a guy in Alabama who has a lot of pride, D.W. Red, a legend on YouTube, a legend on television, a guy who made it off the bottom of the YouTube to the big time, to the biggest time on TV. I mean, this guy was a superstar on Ice Road Truckers, a legend out there. Okay. And then Marshall says something to offend his wife. Okay. And a guy in Alabama is going to be like a bloodhound. It's like my grandmother said, it's blood sport. When you talk down south and you people don't just say, oh, okay, that's all right, I accept your apology. You're going to set it up so you're not going to do it again. So the reality of the situation is he's in a position where he has a difficult time getting internet, and that they probably have a GPS tracker on his van. So he walked away because he did not want to deal with the video. Oh, did he walk away? Oh, wow. Wow, that's big news. Yeah, because there's a big, you know, on the morning thing over on the O'Kelly channel, there's an apology on there. Yeah, you cannot talk about people's families and stuff. So Cinematic Stickers closed his channel down. No, I think it got struck. I think it got a copyright violation. From what I understood, I did some research today. For a copyright violation, you have to be the person that owns the material is the one that files, because they have to put their real name in the thing. I think that the trolls, I'm not going to say trolls. I just think that there's some device that's been put it on there's been some device, and David Guns, you may know better than I do whether you can, or Kim, maybe you know if you can put a tracker on a vehicle. I mean, how much money can that stuff cost these days? You get a low power tracking device. You only needed like a 5-mile range or something. And oh yeah, you got to. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. No, I said he got banned because he posted an adult content video and he forgot to log. So it was nothing to do with the live stream. Oh, David Gunn said, yeah, there's one on his camper van that works by cell phones. Holy smokes. You ought to take that phone and throw it out in the ocean. Okay, he got banned for bars. Okay, I don't know. So you can really track that. Oh, okay, it was the Anon Vegas call. Too much profanity. Oh, my. Oh, okay, it just happened at the time. Hey, Patches, nice to see you. You know what really sucks is this guy had some of the funniest content on YouTube. And, you know, Stickers reached out to me, I guess about a year and a half ago, and communicated with me about some information about whether I gave something. Look up tracking tiles, Rosie. They're cheap and they last about a year. Oh, my God. Can you imagine having a tracker on your, is that legal? Is that legal to oh wow, $69. Wow. Yeah, Glenn Henry, what do you think of that? Having the king in check, right? In the game of chess here. Okay, take care. Take care, Patches. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, Oz said depends on which state. Yeah, I don't believe in flagging people. I really don't. I don't believe in blocking, flagging, and all that stuff. I thought that was only for like FBI. I don't know. Individual people could track. I didn't know if it's legal to track somebody. Same thing with the Wi-Fi jammer. Takes down all Wi-Fi around. Costs less than wow.
It's illegal to tap into somebody wiretap without.
No, not wiretap, but if you trace, if you go up and stick something on the band, or if you put something in somebody's phone, a tracker,
it's illegal without a warrant.
Oh, okay. Glenn Henry said, I don't know. I don't really believe that they're tracking him. Wow.
It's warrantless wiretapping. Only.
Corky, yeah. I think I've been around long enough in this community that I've pretty much proven I don't flag people, because if I wanted to flag people, hi Joseph Kane, we're doing good. If we wanted to flag people, okay, thank you, David Guns. Let me sub up your. Let me get your channel here, David Guns. Let me get your channel here. All right, David, I am subbed up. Thank you for that. I will check that out. One guy put a tracker on his wife's car and got nailed for it. I'll have to ask Skiwee and Tribe if that's legal. Sorry, deleting scammers files to call you to fix your computer. Huh, interesting. Thank you, David. David Gunn said he's got that up there. Used car lot, repo, lots of people use trackers. It's legal. Okay. Okay, trackers are legal, and it's legal in Nevada. Yeah, Corky, because I got videos of there's videos that stickers I guess did. Who did the video of Elvis in we took all the videos and out shooting and stuff, and that was all my video that was put up there, and I didn't give a shit. Other people got thousands of views, and I could care less. I'm not going to take it down. I mean, you got to be a real pussy to flag and strike a channel. So, grow a set. That's all I got to say. Okay. No, I'm not going anything through Shine. It's fine. That law now makes it a criminal offense to knowingly install a tracking device or tracking application on another person's property without that person's knowledge or consent. Okay, violation of this law is a second-degree misdemeanor punishable by 60 days in jail or a $500 fine or both. Okay, Tribe. Well, then it's not legal, right? It's illegal. So you're wrong on that, Tribe. It's illegal. So.
You gotta be law enforcement agency, and you have to have a warrant for that.
It's not legal to cut tags off of mattresses. Unless you're the owner or one of the owners. Well, I mean, I don't know. Cutting a tag off of a mattress is kind of an exponential leap to putting a tracker on somebody, but it's not on me. I mean, I don't know. It's all new to me, this stuff. Trust me, bond agents, lots of people use trackers. I hear you, Tribe. Vegas, Colorado is bullshit. Finance companies install tracking and forward. I don't know. I defer to you guys. You're a lot smarter than I am about it. So the mattress tag thing is meant for the seller, not the buyer. Elvis is effectively incommunicado, Travis, because there's I don't know, from what I'm hearing tonight, that DW Red is called off this whole thing. So maybe you'll be safe. Okay, how easy it is to detect a tracker's in place? Well, David Gunn says there are apps out there to track cell phones. So
You can try even with cell phone.
So there's the bottom line. If you have OnStar, you have a tracker that he can't effectively get Wi-Fi. He can't go into a restaurant. He can't go into a fast food establishment. He can't do a hangout, get Wi-Fi or anything like that. So it's like if you think of a game of chess, it's like he's in check right now. Okay, he's guilty of wire fraud, defrauding people. So a tracker on his van is moved. Rob, you removed the tag, didn't you? Brandon said, Rosie, Elvis was checkmated when he was born. I call that the quote at night. So, Drory, just as I get into my last half hour in here, I totally retract my apology to you, but I'll let this title stand up there. But just so you know, at the end here, I extended to Olive. I tried to say I'm sorry to you tonight, so you blew that off. So that's it. So I'm gonna have one beer here tonight just to help me sleep a little bit and finish out this hangout here. So. Cookies can track you by smartphone. David Gunn said they have a cell phone app tracker, Gerald. Tara is probably sleeping. She works like a dog. Us ham and eggers versus Van and Beggars. It's really tough. That's funny when Elvis asked why Lacey's voice is so. I already apologized to Kat last night, so thank you. Good night, Lynn. Love you. Vegas says I was banned in 2015 by Marshall because I tried to buy Marshall's band for one local museum. Why would you get banned for that? Ellie says Cat is the devil. Oh, sorry, Ellie got out there. I guess you got to own your shit. So I think he'll be swinging back into action. I just don't know when. It doesn't matter if there's a tracker on. What matters, Marshall thinks there is right there. A2 Rosie. All your Gucci handbags or QVC $20 knockoffs. Yeah, it'll probably be on later tonight. I'm not sure. Yeah, Corky. Yeah, nice to see you, my friend. And like I said, you communicated to me. I was in Tribe's Hangout today, and you came in And if anybody wants to talk to me during the day, I'm usually over in MX, a tribe called Cookies, his chat room and stuff. It's my favorite place to hang out on here. So, you know, this guy's the this guy is you know, this guy's beyond belief. So I'll just put it that way. Just the usual stuff, like, you know, let your light shine. He's just been backed into a corner. Post meltdown mashup, yeah. So he'll post something on the side, and then you can sub his room. Maybe he doesn't want you over there if you're not, you know, if you're not a second or third level thinker. You might be. You better have a thick skin when you go in there. So. Yeah, Corky, but you know, I would after talking to you today, I think I pretty much proved out to you that with all the stuff, parodies about me on the internet and stuff like that, using my material, that I don't, you know, I don't have any, I'm not flagging people for stuff. No, Glenn Henry, never. If you want to come around Friday night and see Friday night Teeny Weeny Bikini Baking, we're going to be making Coach 9500 cinnamon buns here. So, as my friends on TR Preppers chat say, how do they put strings into Dorito chips? Yeah, I try to get into tribes chat when Ski-Wee's in between rounds. Yeah, so. Oh, I know you are, Vegas Collar. Tribes chat room. I like Ski-Wee. Ski-Wee's funny. I mean, Ski-Wee has an agenda, but if you have a thick skin, like Kim said, and you have an asbestos suit, it's a great place to hang out. But if you're gonna spin bullshit, and there's some really top-notch people over there, you spin some bullshit, and pretty soon there'll be a troll channel with your bullshit stuff on there, and you will live with that for a long, long time. So, just saying. So we'll have Friday night. We'll have Friday night doing that in the hangout. So thank you, Vegas Colors. I appreciate it. I can't imagine why somebody would get banned for wanting to purchase a Lisa Marie for a museum. You know, if it's for sale for $4,500, I'll buy the damn thing. You know. I could turn that thing after I burn the interior and everything. I'm not in control of the insaneness. I only keep the lights on. I'm just saying. So there's Tribe there, a tribe called cookies.com. He doesn't give a fuck about monetization. He doesn't give a fuck. Don't go over there and expect to see waterfalls and cats sleeping on mats and cat ladies running 24-hour cat cams and you know, other touchy-feely crap. Go in there and wear your asbestos underwear. And he wants 15K. Oh, my. I thought it was I thought Drory said 15K. Are you out of your mind on that thing? Shit. And whoever talked about my ass, go buy an ass. Go look at some of my morning shoots videos, and my butt is super fine now. I got no worries about it. Glenn Henry will tell you. Maybe the Elvis Presley estate would want to buy the Lisa Marie. You know, I don't know. I thought 15K plus 4K if you want him to put the shitter back in. Are you for real? I'm thinking $4,500 is a stretch. Yeah, Tribe's giving away a free 1995 Geo Metro when it reaches 1,000 subs. Then it can have super chat, and I'll tell you, the money will flood in for Tribe. I'm just saying, don't be a pussy if you go over there. Okay, you got guys like Skiwi, you know, Mr. Indiana Prevost, First Baptist Foursquare Gospel Church guy over there that hangs out there. He just generally hates you on sight when you go in there. I'll just warn you that. But you got the great Walter White, who is a monster on editing and stuff. I'm going to give a shout out to the boys. Juice pops in once in a while. Juice in his fine, delicate hands making pies and things like that. Juice, you're a legend over there. And who else we got over there? That's the miracle room where miracles happen on YouTube. People get cured of all kinds of mystery ailments. And what do you think, MX? People get religion. People find miracle cures. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wouldn't you say, Tribe, that people find Jesus? They find miracles. They find cures. Hey, Boris, they got the whole. They find it all over there. It's a miracle. So if you're looking for a fun place to hang out during the day, but I'll tell you what. Yeah, or people in there get a mental breakdown because they can't take the stress of being in that chat room, and they go for a 72-hour psych hold. There we go, Glenn. You're going to be there Friday night. Woo! Glenn Henry, I'm wrenching you up, brother. Coach 9,500 coming on you. That's it, baby. Yeah, call Dr. Phil. That's what I'm saying. You go over to that chat room, man. I mean, you're walking, you're jumping into the you're in the lion pit. These guys take no prisoners, and they're not your pals, and they're not your coffee clutch buddies. And Glenn Henry. Glenn Henry, if you want to get together down in LA, we're going to be down there the last week of love to meet up with you and buy you dinner. We're going to be down in the West LA area down there. So you know, if you want to, I'll send you the contact info here. And if you feel like having lunch or dinner with us when we're down there, we're going to be down there a whole week or so. Rob said, Rosie, we need Drew to call the cops on Elvis. He'll be evaluated for 72-hour free food and coffee. So, yeah, call them out on that BS. That's right. But, yeah, if you want to know where I hang out, it's always over at the Tribes chat over there. So they hate me. They love me. It just depends if Dr. Skiwi is in the house and all that. So it's the best place on the net. It's the place where the magic happens. And I tell you, Boris, sometimes you don't want, it's like the Wizard of Oz. You don't want to peek behind the curtain and see the guy, you know. Oh, I'm going to get a real good rest tonight. Yeah, there's a thin line between love and hate. Debbie Lynn, I'm looking forward to seeing you. We're going to be swinging out to the East Coast and road trip there. All those videos will be on the Rosie O'Kelly channel as we head east and get some of these enablers down in Florida and this Double D and these goofballs down there. Yeah, and I've told you before, Boris and I have had our moments. Hi, Blinky. But the guy's 95% spot on with stuff. But I did, I did not buy Tribe a computer. We joked about that stuff, but Tribe would not accept a computer from it. He's not going to take a computer because the assumption on that you would have to, okay, Glenn, I'll contact you. The assumption on that was you would have to meet up with him, and he's not going to meet up with anybody here on YouTube. So ain't going to happen. He's not going to give the address out of where to send that. You could send it to an Amazon pickup box, but that would be it. Shay really thought Ski Weed bought me a computer. You know, you know, let me just tell you something, guys. If you want to learn about a lot about life and a lot about the internet, go over and spend time with Dr. Skiwi over in Tribe Called Cookies 8.com, his chat room. You'll find out a lot. You'll learn a lot, but leave your BS at the door when you go over there. So. Yeah, unfortunately, Shay took down everything again. So I got like Glenn Henry. Glenn Henry, the biggest shout out to you, my man, since day one, standing there, proud, tall, and you and I are ham and eggers, man. And we get up early and we do the deed. You think Macintosh receivers are good? They're outstanding, Brandon. Macintosh receivers, Macintosh tube amps are great, but I can't. I just put my money into a Macintosh tube amp. I wouldn't spend money on a receiver, just a tube amp. They're outstanding. They hold their value, but they're expensive. You're looking at $2,000 and up. This 1962 Fisher 800B is top of the line. This now sells for almost double of what it did in 1962. You get what you pay for. It's a $1,600. Even the cabinet on these is $300, $400. Walnut cabinets on that. So, yep, good stuff. Drory's audio was terrible. Don't come on my Hangout with a $2 internet connection. Don't do that. Don't be on dial-up and come in. Why do I have bums here? They don't even acknowledge the side chat on the phone, right? You can't see the side chat when you're on the phone. Yeah, that's right, Glenn Henry. Not a lot of people on YouTube with a backbone. That's right. That's exactly right. And I think we figured that out the last couple days. Damn right. I mean, Drory's on dial-up, Lily. I mean, he's got to be on dial-up, right? I mean, no person takes 40 minutes to tell you I'm waiting for the last bar to come in. I mean, that's AOL stuff, right? Good night, Annie. Love you, baby. One of my most beautiful friends down in New Zealand there, Annie DeSantis. Elliot I don't know how I call him. He's like, I'm waiting for the last bar to come in. What? I'm waiting for the last bar to come into the unit. I'm like, are you kidding me? And then I got Elvis comes on, and he's on a shit connection, right? So I got people on the Hangout that are lousy. 300 baud acoustically coupled mod. That's it. That's exactly what it is. And don't come on the Hangout if be real. And Mr. X, I'm going to tell you because I know you're watching on your cruise ship or your Alaska Blade adventure up there. I'm going to tell you what. You better take a long, hard look at the way that you stage people and you stage manage people in the background, because you're not doing anybody any favors with what you're doing. And the way you use double D like a $2 cracker, you get it? You're gonna do some splaining down there. I'm starting to know that you're the flaky guy behind the scene of all this crap that goes on. Mr. was here tonight. He has a different encounter. I've seen it here tonight. Was he here, Glenn Henry? He's about as flaky as it could get. When Glenn Henry's standing strong and Gobblers, Five Gobblers, and AX, Fox Song, and all these people, And you never see Mr. X sign in, or else he's this. Well, I'm going to use the term. This goof is hiding under a different. Kim, Macintosh stuff is incredibly expensive. I don't have one piece of Macintosh gear because I don't think it's value priced here for investment on here. So yeah, and this guy's flaky and as shady as they come. This guy, and he's, you know, this guy's beyond belief. You watch the beginning of the Hangout. You listen to the Hangout tomorrow. Joe King said Marshall's mods don't stand strong. They hide behind the wrench and can't take the heat. You know, my thought is people need a place to express themselves, and they're grateful if they can do that. And that these people that want to have their opinion heard, these trolls are not stupid people. The people you call trolls. That's it. We should watch the Elephant Seals. I thought Kelly McBride, we could meet down at Jack London Square in Oakland down there, right? We could drive down to St. George Distillery on Alameda Island, and we could get a flight of whiskey to try down there, huh? Nice to see you, Blinky. Nice to see you, honey. Yeah, Coach and Elvis will make up, I'm sure. So, Dollar Oysters at Lucas on Monday. Do you ever go to the what is it? Yoshira's Comedy? Yoshir? What is it? What's the club? Yoshira's down there in Oakland. What's the place with the restaurant? I can't say. Okay, Glenn Henry, was he? Okay, you know that Mr. X was here. That flaky. All right, you don't have to disclose it, but I'm saying, was that Flake here tonight on the side chat? Okay. You know, Glenn Henry, he ought to be ashamed of himself. Why doesn't this guy have a backbone and stand tall, huh? What's your thought on that, Glenn? What is that? What is that place called? Kelly McBride, Yoshi's or something like that down in Jack London Square. Yeah, the thought, Blinky, Mr. X is the whole rat and the whole thing here. He's the whole. The more I've looked into this since coming back from Vegas, the more I realize this guy is. This guy's the whole deal. Well, Elvis, Coach, I hope because there aren't many Yoshis. Thank you, Kim. Yoshis might be out of business. Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, it was down on the Embarcadero. They might be. I don't know if they survived the 2008 meltdown, Kim, to tell you the truth. There's a big rat problem in there, and his name is Mr. X. And it's not just Rory. There's some spineless people in here that don't have the balls. They're not Henry. They're not Glenn Henry to stand up and at least take the heat. They're not Rosie. They're not, Five Gobblers, right? The Chinese have taken over Oakland, yeah. Let's see, I heard that, June P. I've seen you before on the chats talking about your rats. That's pretty cool. Okay, when you mention his name, he'd pop up. Why don't you come out, Mr. X? Huh? The Alaskan cruise. Can you imagine this bullshit story of somebody goes on a cruise? I'm Mr. X's houseboy. You know where he is? He go, Mr. X go to Alaska. He on a cruise. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell? Who in the hell goes on a cruise to Alaska in January? Right? There's Mr. X. Stop talking. Mr. X, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, spineless person. Okay, he was on earlier, not now. Okay, Glenn Henry, I'll take your word for that. I told Marshall, don't tell me who anybody is. I don't want to know any troll names. I figure if you don't have a set to come on here and put your name on there, then I don't give a damn. I don't want to know about it, because when the shit hit the fan the other day and the wind was whistling through the parapets of the Alamo, and the sun was going down, and Santa and his armies were advancing. And we should have had 6 or 7, 8 people in the Alamo. I look to my left, there's Glenn Henry, there's 5 gobblers, stand-up guys that are willing to take the heat for this nonsense and all this stuff. Stood strong since day one. Glenn Henry came on the scene and said, you know what, I'm entertained, fuck it, I'm here for the ride. I can appreciate that. Hey man, that's good. 5 gobblers comes along. Card captor Serene. These people come along and say, hey, it's fun, it's good, I'm having a blast on here, I'm going to stand. Well, I'm just saying tribe in the sense of just being there instead of cutting and running like Mr. X. Yeah, Mr. X collects McDonald's. You know, can you imagine right, a 65-year-old man, 70-year-old man is going to go up to McDonald's counter and say, I wanna have the latest Happy Meal toys, right? I mean, they're one step from calling the 911 on this guy. You talk about somebody that put a tracker on. Well, that may be tribe. I'm just saying, but they stood tall that day when this shit hit the fan. Okay, they didn't cut and run like you know. You got to stand up and own your shit, right? Can you add a name on Mr. X? Everybody knows who Mr. X. I'm not going to dox anybody out on the side chat, and you know. But I'm saying, why not just come in and at least stand on the wall with Glenn Henry, stand on the wall with 5 gobblers, stand on the wall with AX, stand on the wall with Fox Song, and at least be like you owe us, at least be like you own a set, and just be there and stand up, right, and be a man. But you know, I look to my right, and where's Mr. X? Okay, the King's going live in 30 minutes, so there you go. So where is Mr. X when all of this stuff is coming down? This guy's the flakiest guy in the whole deal. Yeah, and you can tell Marshall about the Mr. X and his Happy Meals and stuff, but I give you this, freedom. Yep. How about a Pioneer SX 9000? I got one right here. I got an SX. Make sure that's the right one. Is it the one with the reverb here? Look right here, man. This is it right here. This is the Pioneer SX 9000 right here. That's it. This baby is top of the line. It's got the beautiful walnut case on it. It's got the reverb. I haven't done a restoration on that yet. If you're not subscribed to the channel, check it out. I do restorations of all of these pieces on here, okay? All these pieces get restored. Isn't that funny? The guy asked for the 9500 on there. So, yeah, it looks like Elvis is, I guess you found a place to do internet. I don't know. But Marshall, I hope when you come on tonight, you address that that Mr. X not standing strong at with the winged bull on top of the Alamo. That you had Glenn Henry standing strong. You had 5 gobblers standing strong. And I don't agree with what you do, but I'll tell you what, I do admire people that are strong. Glenn Henry standing strong. 5 gobblers standing strong, AX standing strong, Fox Song standing strong. You might not say it, but the internet sense, they have real guts. They have real backbones. These are real men on there. Otherwise, you know, Mr. X, it's funny how flaky you are, and suddenly you're on a cruise to Alaska, right? Something like that. Right. You know, explain that to me, how Mr. X is just abandoned. Mr. X is just nowhere in sight. So yeah, I'm gone too, tribe. I'm gonna miss the epic okay. No time for this. Rico Suave. Okay, Rico. We can't always be heavy duty in here, Rico. Once in a while, you have to laugh and have a little fun too. Look, guys. Whatever comes down for Elvis comes down. There's nothing that any of us can do. There's nothing that any of us can do to stop what's coming down. I can't stop chargebacks. Let's be real about it. At least have a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of humor about it. I'm not going to sit here every day, and what the hell? What's going to happen is what's going to happen. There's nothing that's going to stop the shit train from going off the bridge. Okay, right? Is that true or not? Absolutely, right off the rails, right down there. Okay. What would you recommend for a new steel system? What do you mean there for a steel system? I don't have anybody. I don't have any family stuff on the side chat here, Marshall. I haven't seen any family stuff at all. People in my chats are pretty respectful about that stuff. For when you have your chat, I don't know about that, Marshall. I'm going to go up the air a couple minutes anyway. So, yeah, I don't think other members want to attack. I think you better look at Mr. X. Good night, Joseph. I haven't seen any family members or anything like that on here. I didn't see, and I don't think anybody said anything about your. Well, that you have a little bit of fun. Good night, Joey D. Yeah, I think this has been a very respectful chat tonight over here. So I think people will be over there seeing when I come in panel to you ban trolls. Okay, well, I won't allow family attacking, but I'm just saying people have been very, very, for a stereo system. I think the Kenwoods and Pioneers are very good values. So you can look at vintage Kenwoods and Pioneers. I think are very good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I tend to agree about using people's family names and stuff like that. I would just ask people in here, please don't do that. That's all. That's all I ask. The Pioneer SX9000. The Pioneer SX9000 is a huge beast. It's like 60 pounds. This thing is a monster. And it has the first, Onkyo with Boris. You look at Fisher. We're talking about real vintage stuff. Fisher, Pioneer, Sansui, Kenwood. We're talking about the backbone stuff. The Scott, H.H. Scott, the Dynacos, that kind of stuff. Oh no, Vegas College. We can't always be serious every moment about stuff. So Whiskey OG is live. So I'm going to go ahead and shut things down. No, I have to commend everybody's been very respectful on the chat tonight. I hope that you guys on that chat, clips are good. I have as you see, I have the JBLs here, the James B. Lansing. So Glenn Henry, thank you. I'll be in touch with you. We'd love to buy you lunch down in LA when you're down there. Okay, yeah, I will get rid of them. I don't believe in using family stuff, but I haven't really seen any of that tonight. Honestly, I think that stuff will just show up on your side. You have plenty of mods to take care of that, Marshall. So over here, I think everybody's been pretty decent tonight. I haven't seen any. I haven't even seen Jody Tower hasn't even been over here tonight. I haven't seen any. Good night, Deb. I haven't seen any. No, I haven't heard of them, Blinky. I haven't seen any family stuff at all over here, to be honest. So I asked people. I've been straight up with people. And people have been straight up with me. I've not lied. I've had agreements with the so-called trolls that I've honored them. I've not wrenched up anybody. I've not deleted anybody in here. That's it. So I don't think that the people would do that in here. So, I'm just saying. they understand this is an open chat forum. So I'm going down to, as you guys know, for a year, I've been planning on going to Florida, and Gerald, make sure you're here Friday night. I'm going to do the teeny weeny bikini baking, the cinnamon buns. We'll have a good time. It'll be wide open chat. Anything anybody wants to talk about. It'll be adult contented, but there'll be no nudity or anything. It'll be a good time. But I think if I ask kindly, the people don't put that stuff up there, then they won't do it in here. They're just looking for an open chat forum to just talk, okay? And these are adults here for the most part. So you're catering. I'm not catering to trolls. I'm not. You talked about family people in here. There aren't any people talking about family or attacking anything like that. We've talked about vintage audio and other stuff, so it's been no mention of anybody's family in here. Okay, I'm just trying to provide a forum. I'm just trying to flush out Mr. X, who's really the rat in here. No, David Guns, I'm quite sure I'm older than you are. There we go. James D said, Rosie, I used to roll out cinnamon buns on my dining room table. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to have to get the dental floss out, and I'll not only be wearing a dental floss, but using it to cut the buns. And yeah, we just talk nice in here. I don't think there was any issue of anybody talking bad about that stuff. So yeah, I just think Mr. X, this is the guy you have to address. So yeah, Mr. X is on a cruise ship. Yeah, a cruise to Alaska. Can you imagine that? So you talk about running away over the hills. Why do you let him do you what to do? Because I don't believe in having people's stuff put out there, but I think people are respectful, and they haven't done any of that tonight. Yeah, that's great. The Pioneer SX9000 is awesome. So, okay, Debbie Lynn, good night. Take care. I don't think Glenn Henry would say that things have been pretty good here tonight. So, talk to him about that, though. I just don't think. I don't know if Glenn Henry saw anybody that needed to be wrenched over here or not. So. Yeah, nobody has to come on tonight. So, okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and close it down. I'm going to get on to sleep here. So I want to thank you guys for being along and tonight. Thank you so much. So probably see you Friday night. Have a good one, everybody. Coop, Blinky, June, Kim. Thank you, Tim, for the donation. It's much appreciated. Not expected, but appreciated. Thank you, Elvis. I think all in all, this was a very respectful chat. Maybe you could take a hint and maybe lift the game a little bit over there. It looks like DW Red has lifted the fatwa on you, and I suggest you turn your attention to freedom and the issue of this shady character, Mr. X. Okay, there's the Judas in Nepal right there. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Thank you very much.